Hello, and welcome back to Roll the Bones. My name is Rob, and I am joined as ever by my faithful players, Dom and Mike. And while our adventuring party is not to full strength, we continue this series, Let's Dig Up, where we endeavour to explore the ancient texts and classic material from the history of Dungeons & Dragons, and we are continuing with the adventure known as the Sunless Citadel, an acclaimed classic, and we are beginning to learn why it is an acclaimed classic for very lethal and dangerous reasons. We're going to continue as we usually do on Roll the Bones, and I'm going to ask the players what happened previously on Let's Dig Up the Sunless Citadel.
Well, we did get witness to a story of a hobgoblin or a goblin offering a magical apple in tribute for something, and a woman saying, "Take my son instead."
Yes.
Oh no.
The sage told you this.
Yes.
The sage. Not just any sage.
Oh, and then
Correct.
our star elf got confused what a road was. So
You knew what a road was, just not the specific road.
And Hero, the half-orc, was in tears, just sobbing at the sad, sad story. And we set off down the Bold Road towards the Sunless Citadel, where we found a pillar that we were to descend inwards into the Sunless Citadel. Unfortunately, we then
It was a
started.
very brief.
It was, as we fought for our lives. We fought 3 dire rats, and Hero almost perished, much to our good friend Matt's dismay. I did survive, though. So,
Almost becoming a meme. There is a joke that goes around that the adventure doesn't even last getting to the dungeon. That was almost true for Tyr and Hero. Yes, accosted by dire rats, forcing you to retreat back to the very town that the prologue had been about, Oakhurst. That prologue had been there in the hopes that we could sort of hand wave the presence of that town, but no, we were pushed back there. What happened in Oakhurst?
Hero got healed, didn't he? For a price.
all of his gold.
Well, to be fair, quite a cheap price in reality, but for Hero it was a heavy toll. We asked for some assistance, didn't we? Any assistance they could give us, as we realised that we were in way over our heads. And I think they gave us a couple of potions, or maybe we picked up the potions later, but we certainly got some.
They gave us a potion.
Maybe it was a scroll from the shop I bought. We got a couple of healing potions.
That's right.
And then we re-descended into the Sunless Citadel. Mike, in your description of my character, how could you forget Aphelion, my penguin familiar?
Tyr Essentius, was it?
That's right, yeah.
How could I forget Aphelion? My sincerest apologies.
But anyway, we descended past the corpses of the rats which slew previous attempt. Gone further, where we discovered there was a rope which led all the way down to the top of a tower, essentially, where Hero fell in a hole, a trap, which began closing on him. At the same time, or I can't remember what quite the order was, but we got attacked by more rats.
Yeah, the room was set up so if you had triggered the trap first, you would then have been ambushed. But because you were successful in spotting the shape in the dust, the dire rat was forced to spring its ambush early. You battled the singular dire rat that waited for you at the bottom of the stairs as well. Then Hero fell victim to a pit trap that also seals you back in. There is a This is sort of setting up the fact that there are secret doors to look out for in the Sunless Citadel. You nearly got sealed away, but thankfully escaped. And then you went deeper into the dungeon, where you found a water container of some kind, fused shut by some power or by some will of those that dwelled here. What happened then?
Well, Hero didn't detect any evil in there, so assumed whatever was banging was something that needed help.
Yes, Hero did not take into that calculation that there are some creatures that may wish you ill that don't technically fall into the category of evil.
Hero is not smart enough to know this.
One of those creatures are elementals and constructs and things like that. This was a water mephit that was tasked with providing clean water to the dungeon in times of old. Also tasked to protect the water supply to the death, and you did battle.
But we
wasn't
succeeded.
quite as deadly as the previous battles. We squashed that one. Was this before or after the circular room?
Oh, I apologise. We've skipped the. Yes, there was inside. There was also a tower where your route deviated, and that sort of like led the direction for the whole of that session. Really, you found a secret door. That's correct, and a dart flew out at you.
It did, and then some skeletons tried to attack us.
Yes.
We smoked them with anti-death magic, which for some reason I had thankfully managed to have on my spell list. And Hero squashed them under his
big hammer.
His big hammer.
Big hammer.
Not his little hammer.
Big hammer. Yep, and the hammer fell, and the stars fell as well, and they were no more. You then, interacted with the water supply, and then ran into a kobold.
Meepo.
By the name of Meepo. What did you learn from Meepo?
He
We learned
wanted
he'd lost the dragon.
Calcryx.
Yes. Calcryx the White.
And in return for safe passage, we essentially promised to look for the dragon, which we proceeded to do. But first came across the leader of the Kobold enclave, for lack of a better word, who sort of threatened us for a bit, I would say.
They did, yes. Yes,
and
we
we had to convince them to let us continue looking for the dragon and fight the goblins in exchange for our lives. And I think a small reward was their promise of a small reward. I can't.
A key was promised to the
That's
Twilight Grove, where the fruit is kept. And also they said to tell Meepo that if we die, Meepo dies. So Meepo is now with us, begrudgingly.
So we went back to tell Meepo that his fate lay with ours, and were just having a quick look around the rooms, as Mike always insists on doing, when we were accosted by a swarm of rats.
We insisted on doing them, thank you very much.
Which we dealt with eventually. And then
Yeah,
decided
eventually they almost did me
probably
in.
needed to rest. Yeah, the rats were really almost scuppered us on several occasions, didn't they?
Dire rats, rat swarm, yeah.
Just continual pressure, continual attacks, yeah, pretty much. They are nasty, the old rats. But you set about them, defeated them. Meepo nearly set you on fire, I believe, Hero. And then I believe that ended the last session. You had, in that time, determined that the way to go for now to meet the criteria to attain this key, you must go the other way when returning to the tower. we move back to the map of the Sunless Citadel. 8 hours have passed since that time. And the pair of you, Tyr and Hero, have been able to use that time to rest, to reflect on what you have experienced, and to recuperate and bolster your powers in some way. As we are trying to make a tradition on the stream, before we begin, we're going to roll HP, because both of the characters earned a significant amount of XP that took them from level 2 to level 3. So we're going to roll the HP. The house rule is you ignore rolls of 1 and 2 because there are only 2 players. It's only fair. We do want to have a full session this evening, hopefully without a death, but these bones are sent to try us. Let's go with Tyr first. Please roll your class hit die and add your constitution.
Which of course is D4, and my constitution bonus is 0.
Perfect.
That's a 1.
So,
unless you do the Bracken rule.
So the Bracken rule from the previous caster character, when rolling health, is 1 means 3 and 2 means 4. Yeah, is that what we were
1,
doing?
2 is 3, 3, 4 is 4.
What
so
I'll say
3,
is
is
you can re-roll if you want, because I didn't say that at the start, so it's entirely up to you.
No, I think we've established that rule before. I think that's
Okay, then. So in that case, that counts as a 3. Then Tyr.
It's obviously only going to be the difference between 1 extra hit.
One extra hit point, exactly. But who knows?
Are you in double digits?
I am. I'm at 11.
No way.
So
11.
you're looking at the tank.
Well, let's look at Mr. Fragile over here.
Let's have a roll of Hero's hit die, which is what?
A D12.
D12.
Because I've taken a variant. So that
Yes.
is a nice amount of health.
What's your maximum? As you've asked Tears, it's only fair that you share yours.
33.
33.
Because I rolled maximum last level.
That's very good.
Triple my hit points.
To remind viewers as well, we are rolling all dice publicly. That includes my own. We want to try and run these as scientifically as possible, albeit with a flourish here and there when necessary. Anyway, we move our view back to where we left you. Now, there is, if I'm not mistaken, and it would help if I had the map open on my DM screen, but there is an empty room that you spied when you were last here. And in there is where you would have rested, so I will put you in there for now.
Not forgetting my penguin.
That's what I'm just looking
Created
at.
an avatar for this week.
Absolutely, there's a new avatar for Felion. He has a hat, ladies and gentlemen, which is very important for penguins.
When you're this zoomed out, it looks like a hat with a little flower in it, but I'm pretty sure it's like a star, isn't it?
It's like a medal, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like a little tricorn, but it sort of looks like it's a flower.
I have a question for you, first of all. Where you rested for those 8 hours, would you have insisted Meepo stay with you? Or would you have told Meepo to go and be about his business elsewhere?
I suppose the fear is, if we tell him to go away, he might run away.
Mm-hmm.
If we let him in the room with us, he might steal our things.
Hero trust him.
Oh, really?
Hero leave Meepo better judgment. Hero don't know that word.
So you would have let Meepo decide, is that what you mean?
Well, unless Tyr, I suppose, had. Hero don't mind. Hero trust Meepo.
Okay, I will. You're a good judge of character, I think, Hero.
In that case, Meepo would have elected to stay with you. you see him as you come about from your rest, curled up, almost like a cat in the corner of the room, his tail sort of like drooped over his eyes as he snores in a raspy reptilian way. A bubble inflates from one of his nostrils as he does. What was Hero dwelling on in the time that you've been resting within the this terrifying place?
Well, Hero would have been thinking of rats and that elderly woman with a loaf of bread. And there would have been a resolution that Hero would have come to. He would have been telling himself in the night, never again. No, I will not. I will not allow it. Half-orc paladins are less pious as they are just like righteous fury. It's all just they have to do the right thing. And in Hero's mind, the right thing means staying alive. Which is, if you look at Hero in the morning, there's something more awe-inspiring about him. He looks healthier. It's almost as if he shrugged off the bite that the rat tried to inflict a disease on him. It's almost like he's just gone, no, that will no longer affect me. And in his eyes, there's a look of resolution, as if fear itself holds no quarter against Hero. And it is almost a terrifying thing to see.
Very good. And Tia, Sentius, have you been dwelling on anything during your time of rest?
Yeah, I think Tia has been obviously thinking about the past day and what he could have done differently, and perhaps other spells he's seen that he might try and accomplish during battle this time. But he also looks at, he's got a sort of metal bangle on his wrist, and he sees that during the night the Celestial Concord have seen fit to grant him to be a first degree astrocaster of the 3rd class now. He sees by the change of a sort of a symbol and engraving on the band around his wrist.
Incredible. Can I ask a personal question of Tia?
Yes, of course.
Does that mean that he's been promoted, or is 3rd class better than 2nd, or has he in fact received?
Has he been demoted?
Has he been demoted for some unknown reason?
No, 3rd class is better. 3rd class is the top tier of first degree astrocasters.
Incredible.
Well,
that's perfect. A promotion for Tia Sentius from the...
Yes.
Is it the Celestial Concord or the Astral Concord?
It is indeed the Celestial Concord.
Celestial Concord.
And he's an astrocaster.
That's right. I remember he's an astrocaster. I forgot about the Celestial Concord, which is so cool. Perhaps new orders will arrive. Maybe in a day or so. Who knows? It's at that point that there's a sudden snort from Meepo. And he wakes up with a squeal, and he's immediately ready, and he goes, I am well rested. Now we must go, yes.
Glad to see you're so keen, Meepo.
I'm keen to live.
Aren't we all?
Me too.
If you wish to follow the word of the lady, then we must return to the tower.
Hero is just gonna slightly tug on Tyr's kind of cloak, just.
Yes, here.
Do you remember where we go? I forgot.
Well, I believe it's just the way we've come, and then through the other door. There's only one other door, is there not?
I don't remember.
Well, There's only one way to find out, isn't there, hero? We must try.
We try, yes. Hero goes to the door and opens the door.
You open the door and you see the afore-described long corridor, because I lost the number for this one.
Hero keeps going straight into the next room. Oh.
That's the privy
You
hero.
return back to where you fought the water method.
It's not there.
This way, I believe.
Yeah, so you return back to the tower. As a point, I don't believe I had explore mode last time, so I believe all of your progress you would usually keep on the map may not have actually been retained. So I'll remember where you have been and help you back there if you want to return there. And if it's a new place, then you'll have to find it for yourself anyway. Let's remind ourselves, because we are going to try and stick to the text, let's remind ourselves where we are when we return to that room. So let's see. Yeah, this is the circular tower, which is area 4, the tower shell. The circular area is cobbled with cracked granite, upon which sprawl 4 goblins, all apparently slain in combat. You remember that one of these was pinned to the wall with a spear, and his remains actually covered draconic carvings upon the wall that spoke of a Shardalon, a dragon from the ancient days. The only route not explored to you is the one that goes to the southwest.
Tyr calls back along the hallway and says, "Come along, Meepo." Has he yet to join us?
Oh yes, well what I'll do is I might actually grant you guys control of Meepo, because he is effectively joining your company. So I think it'll be a good idea if you guys actually look after him, so I will give you his control. Let's see, so Meepo, controlled by everyone. So if Tyr's busy steering, Felion, sorry, then Hero, you can guide Meepo along with you, if that's okay.
Okay.
Before you go through the door, Tyr is going to cast Mage Armor on himself, as well as make use of a Light of Lunia.
Oh.
So he does a anime magic girl transformation, the armor plates shooting out and covering his body. The galaxies of stars start to swirl around him, lighting him up. Let's prepare for any nastiness.
And nobody interrupts an anime transformation.
You can't interrupt an anime transformation, even if you're ready to attack. You wait.
You wait.
Damn it, you wait.
I might forgo the copyright risk and actually play the She-Ra transformation music, because for those in the know, it is wonderful. The door stands untampered with in front of you, and you open it.
Oh.
This is Area 6. The masonry walls of this 20-foot wide hall are in poor repair. The far end is especially bad, as it has collapsed, filling the southern section with rubble. The western wall is in much better shape than the other walls, and it holds a stone door with a rearing dragon carved in relief upon it. The door contains a single keyhole, which is situated in the rearing dragon's open mouth.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Don't suppose you have the key, Meepo?
But might be open. It's open.
It's not supposed to be open.
I closed the door.
That is my bad. It is not supposed to be open. Thankfully, you did not see anything. It's certainly not. Yes, it is locked.
It's
locked.
it's stuck shut now. I shouldn't have closed it.
Yeah, you've pulled it back, and it's actually fallen onto the latch. Lock it now.
It was on latch. Now it's closed.
Last is locked, says Meepo. But the Lady Yusdrayl is sadly misinformed. She believes the key she has opens a way to the Twilight Grove.
But
It opens this way.
oh,
And I have the real key. He produces a key that looks very similar to the key that was in the dragon's mouth that it was resting above Yusdrayl. So?
so you took the key to the Twilight Grove, or you have taken this key?
There is no key to the Twilight Grove, and he laughs. There is only a key this way.
Why does the lady think she has a key to the Twilight Grove then? Did you lie to her, Meepo?
I didn't lie, she just made an assumption based on...
Oh, hold on. Why are we helping if she doesn't have a key to the Twilight Grove?
She wishes for you to destroy the monsters beyond.
Yes. But then she can't gift us the key to the Twilight Grove because you have it and it's not a key to the Twilight Grove, Meepo.
Yes, the Twilight Grove is to the north.
So what use is the key to us if we kill the goblins? It's no use to us at all, Meepo. You've...
Oh?
He shrugs and gestures to you with the key.
Well, yes, you might as well unlock the door, I suppose. I don't know.
He opens the door.
We no need this way?
No, we probably do need this way. We want to stop the goblins from doing what they're doing, don't we, anyway? So it's...
There is treasure, I believe, that the Yusdrayl has hinted towards that may be useful in the fight to come, but of course, we need not go this way if you do not wish. It is entirely your choice. I shall lock the door if you do not want to proceed.
No. Let's go this way. We've got the key, so we might as well make use of it.
Hero is going to stand overbearingly over Meepo, as Hero will use Detect Evil on Meepo.
Yeah, you can use Detect Evil. Do you have to do anything for Detect Evil at all?
It's just at will. I can just do it. And the longer I hold it, the more information I get. I'm just pointing it in front of me as I'm just staring at him, just seeing if it's coming up as an evil presence.
I'm just looking something up.
1 round detects the presence or absence of evil. 2 round, the number of evil auras. 3rd round, the power and location of each aura. And it's a 60-foot cone emanation.
You don't detect any evil on Meepo.
Okay, I mean, it wouldn't go through the ward, it's not that powerful.
No, you don't detect any evil upon him whatsoever.
Okay, Hero, just give a honest mistake. And then just steps back.
What was an honest mistake?
Maybe he forget. He has key.
Well, I think he just didn't tell us.
He's okay.
It's clear that
Okay.
Meepo had an understanding of where this key was meant to go, and it is clear that Yusdrayl is mistaken with what the key's use was.
Yeah. Well, if you do us the honour of opening the door.
You do, and we go to that block.
With Meepo.
You open the door, and before you, the dust of ages, long undisturbed, covers every surface in this large gallery. 3 alcoves are in the north wall, and 1 is located in the south wall. Each alcove contains a dust-covered stone pedestal with a fist-sized crystalline globe upon it. Although the globes in the northern alcoves lie cracked and dark, the globe in the southern alcove glows with a soft blue light. Faint tinkling notes spring forth from it. You can give me a spot check or a survival check.
I'll give you a spot check. 13.
I will give you a spot check. 10.
Dear, it's what you don't see that sort of awards you this information. The dust upon the ground clearly shows that nothing has come this way in a long time. A thick coating of it covers everything.
I think Tia will warn Hero not to go any further.
Oh,
Just hold still 1 second. Let's yeah, I'll cast Detect Magic and take a look at the orb. It's pretty clear it is magic, but I want to see if I can see what sort of magic and guess how strong it is. Probably a little irrelevant.
Hero's literally frozen to the spot. As you said, don't move. He was about to move, and he's just like scared to move now. He's like, I cannot move. His hands started to tremble as he's holding this posture.
Yeah, please. So you're doing detect magic then, and you do have the range just to assess from where you are, I believe, with detect magic.
60 foot.
Yeah, easy. So you're glancing at this thing, and there does appear to be a powerful magic upon the gleaming globe. As described in the text, faint tinkling musical notes appear to spring forth from it. However, your magical sight shows that there is an area surrounding it, 5 feet wide. So is it diameter? Like a 5 feet like radius around it. There is some kind of magical power, so to step within 5 foot of it, you would be in the influence of that magic. You can tell with Detect Magic that it is significant in its power.
And can I try a spellcraft check to see if I can identify this school of magic
Yes,
involved?
you certainly can. Please roll it up.
This is when I wish I had more intelligence actually ranks into this. That's a natural 1.
It appears to be incredibly good-willed magic that will harm you in no way. No, you don't know, is the answer. You aren't misled by your terrible roll, but you don't know. You honestly don't know what it does. All you know is that it's powerful.
And it's tinkling magic.
Yeah. Ding,
Musical.
ding, 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 ding. Kind of like notes playing from it almost. Like not even like music, more like a faint sound of of wind chimes, perhaps, or of rain falling upon upon glass. That kind of poetic sound, almost coming from it.
Well, let's avoid the magical device here. Eh? Make sure you stay well away from that.
I can't move.
You can move.
Oh.
Merely the suggestion that you can't is enough to override your willpower.
I trust friend.
Good. Don't take any steps to your left. Would be my advice.
That way?
Yes. Wait, which way are you pointing?
That way.
Yeah, but obviously you could be your camera could be reversed.
I'm pointing to my right.
No, not that way.
That way.
Yes. Yeah, I wonder if it's a enchantment of some sort. I'm obviously too thick to work it out. Yeah, let's carry on. I think avoid the radius.
Yeah, very good. Well, nothing prevents you from going to the door.
Hero's kind of sidestepping as far away as he can around the room to avoid it.
You reach the door on the far side. Fairly sturdy wooden door. The air is stale in this 20-foot-long corridor, which leads to another closed stone door.
If I concentrate on detect magic for this whole time, I think it stays up for a minute per level. So can we assume for the next 3 minutes that I can see magical auras?
Yeah, certainly. I think it would be prudent to do so. Make use of the spell whilst you've cast it, certainly. Yes, you maintain your concentration upon that spell, or you maintain your will upon that spell as you move forward. You just spot a corridor in front of you, again appearing to be dusty and stale air wafts from within.
Hero will look behind him to get Tyr's approving nod. Okay.
You've gone in. Or is that just late for me on my... Oh, no, there you are. Sorry, I wasn't zoomed in.
I'm in the corner.
Yeah, so as you step in, Hero, there is a sudden shift upon the ground as a pressure plate gives way to you. I need to roll a ranged attack at your armor class, which is...
16.
Okay.
I've closed the door, assuming I wouldn't have got that far.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind, not rushing through and clicking each door the second you get there, because of course I'm reading from these. So, let's see. Hopefully this will work. 13 is not a hit, I don't believe, against your armor class.
It's not.
There is a arrow that looses from on high, and it shoots down towards you, Hero. How do you defend yourself against this attack?
You know what? Hero didn't see it coming. Hero wasn't planning for anything like that. It literally just bounced off his armor. He looks down quite confused, like, huh? How did this thing just suddenly bounce off his scale mail? Oh.
So you're unknowing. What you're saying is that you're unknowing in how that trap was triggered.
Yes.
Okay. So whilst you did that, then Tyr, you can perform a spot check. That'll be the only thing that will help you determine this, because you don't have anything roguey.
6.
you aren't able to determine what happened to trigger the trap.
Ah.
Hero's just looking up, going, "Where? Where come from? Huh?" As he turns to Tyr, showing the arrow. Huh?
Meepo, I don't suppose you've got any expertise in this area of.
That's a really good point, actually. So Meepo will give it a go. Meepo will peer with curious eyes at the room. I'm copying that so I don't have to type it out each time. There we go. He points at the ground and says that each step you make may lead to death, and points out the pressure plates that you stood on. There appear to be 4 in that area. You're standing in one of 4. Those 4 that you're in the centre, the 4 in the centre appear to be like rigged with pressure plates. And you've stood on 1 hero of a total of 4.
Huh.
Maybe avoid the other 3.
Hero will turn to Meepo and say, "I got this." As Hero is going to do a standing jump over to the air corner of the room.
Yeah, please. I don't actually have the DC for the standing jump to hand. I can't remember what it is. Do you remember what it is?
I'm opening it up as we speak.
Okay.
Standing jump. The DC is 2 times distance plus 4. So 14 is the DC to make.
Okay.
Because I'm literally just going to hop from where I am. Hero thinks he's got this. That was a mistake. Okay. We'll see what happens. As Hero's armor potentially gets in the way.
You try to standing jump and you barely reach.
That's a D12.
Oh yeah, you roll a
thank
d12. Yeah, you definitely need to roll the correct dice. Again, please remember when you're rolling skills that you have to use a d20 because we're playing the hit role playing game Dungeons and Dragons, mainly governed by the d20. Please roll a d20 with your skill modifier. Please.
You'd think I'd remember this.
No, please, if you wouldn't mind, just
6. It's not much better.
Yeah, you still don't really make much of a jump, and you land heavily upon the square in front of you, and another attack flies towards you. Possibly a critical as the arrow slams into you. Can it confirm, is the question. 17.
Yes, it can.
Oh my god, no! The arrow slams into you. Oh no. Please roll a d100 as the arrow hits you for a d6 of damage and something else. As a reminder, the critical
4.
multiplier, that is a standard critical, so that
times
means
3?
that's a good point because it is an arrow. It might be times 3. It is
Times
times
2 or
3.
times 3.
It is times 3, so that is 3d6. Oh my goodness me! Just this arrow from above, death, the pointed finger of the gods, flies down out of the dark and strikes you for 10 points of piercing damage. It slides between your armor and your collarbone. And then you are free to stumble off the pressure plate, no further impeded. Meepo gives a scream, rushing forward. He's going to attempt a running jump. I've just checked. The DC for 10 feet with a running jump is DC 10. So he has to make that. He soars over the trap and lands next to you, Hero, and then begins clambering on top of you to make space for Tyr should he wish to try and jump the gap as well, or jump the plates.
Hero desperately removing the arrow from his neck.
Oh my goodness. devastation from the offset with the arrow trap.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think I have a choice. I think I've got to try and jump as well, haven't I?
Yeah, running jump is the DC 10, so you will hopefully be able to make it.
Well, the problem is that's actually not very likely still.
Oh, because your strength. Oh.
Yeah, because my strength is so meager. Oh, there we go.
But the stars shine upon you, Teal.
Can we say I picked up my penguin to jump?
Yes, of course.
It's totally capable of.
Why do I have an image? You hold the penguin over your head, and he's kind of flapping, just sort of carrying you past.
It's like Mario
He thinks
64.
he's flying.
Yeah, it's Mario 64. You're carrying the penguin. I imagine that Aphelion views the relationship very differently. Like to you, he's your animal companion. I like to think Aphelion believes you to be his magical steed. And there's just like an equilibrium that's held there. But yeah, you manage to leap over the trap. You can hear it whirring above you now. Some mechanism or other. A disabled device of 20 would be required to disable it. A search DC 21 to discover it. So it was unlikely that you were going to find it. But you've now made it across, and the door next to you does appear to be ajar, not closed.
When is a door not a door?
When it's ajar.
Ah, very good.
Let's peek in, I suppose.
You peek in, and dust fills this hall like a layer of grey snow. In the rounded northern end of the chamber, you see a sculpture of a dragon carved from red-veined white marble. It's a great statue of a dragon there. It is rather impressive indeed. It stands about 10 foot tall and depicts this coiled dragon ready to pounce. You, with your detect magic tier, remembering that it's still on, does pick up something upon the statue. You can do a spellcraft check if you wish to determine what that magic is, or what that spell is upon the statue.
Attempt it. I will not make a comment as to whether or not I'm successful. Nope.
Unfortunately not. You know that there is some magic that is upon the statue, but of what ilk, you are unsure.
I'll pass this on to my companions. The dragon does seem to have some sort of magic cast on it, although from what source you cannot tell.
Hero will use Detect Evil on the dragon to see if there's an evil presence around it.
This statue does appear to exude evil, and being of a form of paladin, at least from your culture, you are the kind of thing that makes up as a paladin in your culture, at least. What is the name of that class? Because I'm just going to keep trembling over it. What is it actually called?
It's just a half-orc paladin variant.
Okay, so it hasn't got a name. Okay, well, fair enough. But despite that, you do detect that there is some evil upon the statue, and it is almost like you're viewing like the paraphernalia of evil almost, and you can tell that this statue has been worshipped in the fell tongues and profane magics that you find quite distasteful, Hero. The evil dragon magic, effectively. You're looking at the red-veined white marble as this statue is described, and you can suddenly learn that the red veins running through the stone is some blood offering or something foul like that. As you approach, you see that there is a carving upon the ground. I say on the ground, in front of the statue itself. There is some form of carving, but what it says is too difficult to see right now because of the dust that coats it.
This is evil.
Well, perhaps, but let's see what this says. And Tia will use his cloak to try and cast a breeze to try and whip the dust from the written floor.
From 5-10 feet away. Okay.
Oh, I didn't realise where it was.
Oh, sorry.
will get
The cut is at the base of the statue. Sorry if I wasn't clear.
Gotcha.
You
probably were. I just
that's
feared
fine.
getting too close.
You can do it from there. That's absolutely fine. I would do exactly the same. There is a carving upon the base of the statue, and then as you waft your cloak, Tia, you are able to read the words. Words, oddly enough, scribed in common. We come at night without being fetched. We disappear by day without being stolen.
Tia will immediately just go, "Stars! Of course it's stars, hero!" As he reads out the inscription, star, of course, always being on his mind.
And it is as if true destiny hath brought
Is it actually?
thee here, Tia, because as you answer stars, the dragon riddle is complete. The permanent magic mouth spell that is upon the statue is triggered with the word stars, the answer to the riddle. And all of a sudden, Tia, well, can you give me a DC 20 spot or search, Tia? First of all, just to determine something.
I think it's the same either way.
Okay.
Research is 1, spot is 2. So
Okay.
11.
The reason you were given that roll is because of your seldery nature. It would have been a very difficult thing to spot, but you solved the puzzle anyway. Because of your seldery nature, you had the chance to spy another secret door.
Oh.
And at the mention stars, the door appears, and you can see the carvings on this part of the wall actually makes up 2 halves of a star that draw open to reveal a way through. And a brisk, musky, cold wind yawns from beyond. First guess, incredible.
It's purely because he's a star elf and his whole theme is stars. Like, if it had been anything else, it'd been like he and I. To be honest. We've been too thick to get it.
I mean, Hero just assumes that you have magic powers that can just open
He does have
doors.
magic powers.
He's just...
It's almost like he believes that they aren't doors and that Tia is possessed with the ability to just conjure doors out of, like, hilarious that you have no idea they were there.
A door.
A door has appeared.
Oh dear.
Hero takes out his longsword and is starting just to scratch just a basic couple of letters where he can into the floor by the statue.
Can he read and write? Hero?
I can read and write.
Just
Oh, you're actually literate.
I am literate. I'm not a barbarian.
Oh,
How
sorry.
dare you?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay.
My memory's awful. Hero attempts just to scratch the word evil, possibly spelled wrong. E-V-E-L.
E-V-E-L. Evil.
Evil.
Evil beyond.
Just because he's looking at this, he's wise enough to know he couldn't break the statue. So instead, he's just going to face its evil by acknowledging its evil.
Yeah,
Just
warning.
evil.
Bam's warning future travellers. I like that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Beyond, looking forward, dusk cloaks the 20-foot wide hall. 3 narrow alcoves line both the north and south wall. Each alcove holds a humanoid figure carved of red veined white marble, that same material. Except for the southwest alcove, which is empty. The figures resemble tall elves in plate mail. The far end of the hall opens via a stone arch into a wide room from which greenish light trickles. A dark pit is situated before the west archway, and your eyes are drawn down and you see that in the distance the floor just drops away.
All I can think now is that in Bruges, did he keep talking to you about the alcoves?
Yeah, he did mention the alcoves. What was going on about the alcoves?
Is my detect magic still up? And if it is there?
It will be for a check in this room, and I believe that'll be enough for the 2-3 minutes that you had a cast. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. So the magic is still on. I'm just seeing if there is anything that would be picked up. What was the range of it again? 60 feet, did you say?
60 feet, so to about here. Probably the edge of this square. Not quite the... whatever that is.
Yeah. Yeah, you see like an odd like shape of like weird material pressed against stone. It's hard to tell what it is, really. Let's see if there's anything else magic that you might pick up. It doesn't look like it, to be honest with you. It doesn't appear to be any outwardly magical power here. Like a faint trace of something that maybe is beyond, but slightly just beyond your vision, I'm afraid.
Okay, no worries. And then that will drop. So, as we enter the room and I see the big gap, Tyr gets an idea and he says, Hera, come and stand just in front of me for a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, just that's fine. And Tyr will cast Enlarge Person on Hero.
Wow.
To give him potentially a better ability of getting across that gap.
Oh. Doom.
Yes!
Suddenly, Hero, you find that you are shooting up in size. You are now large category. You are, as the spell, Enlarge Person, and you can look that up for yourself to determine how that affects your abilities.
I already have.
Yeah, so you have this room here, and yeah, there are these alcoves, as I described. You can give a search check if you wish, or a spot check.
I will take a spot.
Yep.
17.
Hero, you are too busy marveling at your new physical
Unlimited
structure.
power!
I am so big.
You literally are the Hulk right now.
Hero's just flexing on the spot, looking at his...
Look at these guns!
Tyr, however, you beat the DC of 10.
Ooh.
And that reveals that in this area, the dust is disturbed. Very
Tyr will place his hand on Hero's thigh.
Tracks are slightly obscured enough that movement has been recorded here in the dust, but then has also been slightly obscured to say that more recent but still past movement occurred here.
And
there is a track
entering the room, not exiting.
The track is very faint to see. You can sort of see it on the map actually here.
Oh yeah.
That lead sort of in a southern direction towards that alcove. Those of you with it says a wilderness lore check, but I will say survival if you can make that. If you have survival as a
Survival
skill.
or knowledge nature, I have neither. Oh, I can do survival untrained.
How can you do it untrained?
Can you? Okay.
Yep.
20.
Wow. These are small human-like feet that leaves these marks, but with claw-like nails. So something with claws went that way.
Yeah, Tyr will. Normally, he would sort of put his hand on Hero's chest, but now he's twice the size. It's more like a thigh, and say, "Be careful. We may not be alone."
Okay.
Fine.
Says the much louder hero.
Yeah, let's make our way forward, I suppose.
Now, Tia, please provide another spot check, please, or a search check. Whichever you prefer.
11 on a spot.
There's something about your elven instincts that, like, twinge suddenly as you enter this room, but you aren't quite sure of what has triggered that. You just get a vibe in this room.
Hero, I'm vibing with this room. I'm not sure why,
Okay.
but let's keep an eye and maybe a wary ear out.
Okay. Huh.
Metagaming, I'm imagining there's a door.
So yeah, the one that has the footprints next to it is the alcove where there is actually a missing statue. However, tut, Wizards of the Coast, you've included a statue there on your map.
You fools!
You fools! There isn't one there,
Good to know.
and that's where the footprints have come from.
And what can we see ahead? These are those sort of
Yeah,
velvety material? Probably not.
Yeah, there's there is violet-hued marble tiles cover the floor across the pit. They cover the floor and walls, though they are all cracked and broken, revealing rough-hewn stone beneath. Wall sconces are attached to the walls at each corner, but only one still bears a torch, and it burns with a tiny greenish light. A massive marble sarcophagus, easily 9 foot long, lies in the room's centre. The stone possesses heavy carvings with dragon imagery, and the head of the sarcophagus resembles a dragon's head. Rusting metal clasps firmly lock down the lid of the sarcophagus, and on top of that, there appears to be this mass of almost looks like religious tapestry, almost draped like over the top of it, bulging and misshapen. You can give me another spot check, DC 15.
13.
No.
You don't think anything of that there.
Very well. Well, in the meantime, before you attempt the crossing, I'd like to have a look at this absence of a Scotch. It's not a Scotch statue. If possible.
Yeah. It's just like the statue has just been broken away and smashed into pieces. There's not even like remnants of where anything would have stood here. Whereas all the others appear to have a bit of disrepair about them. But there they stand. This one doesn't appear to have one. But there are footprints leading away from where it once would have stood.
And does it look like the footsteps are from from where the statue is standing, if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
it does look like that, and it also looks like the footsteps lead to the centre of the room and then divert wildly left and end suddenly at the pit.
And there's nothing in the pit.
There is nothing in the pit bar very large spikes.
Do you think you can get over there, Hero, with your new height? Can you get me over there, me and Meepo over there?
How deep does the pit look?
I can tell you exactly how deep the pit looks. Let's see. The pit is a 10-foot deep pit, and its bottom is filled with spikes. The walls of the pit are rough, and they offer handholds to only the most experienced climbers. So a difficult climb check to escape. DC 16 to climb.
Well, Hero's looking at his new size and is thinking, I have idea. As Hero starts to crawl, and then as he gets close, he reaches out with his sword. He does have 10-foot reach, so he reaches across and then uses his sword to pull himself lying over the gap, creating a hero bridge. Like lying over, like, you can cross me.
Okay, as you do that, I'm going to need you, because you are just hanging yourself over the edge and then holding there, I'm going to need some kind of check to determine that. I can't think of any skill that would help in this. It's
Strength?
Yeah, it's just going to have to be a strength roll to determine this. The strength roll, I think, should be the same as the... all other DCs of the pit are DC 16, and I think that's fair.
Hero is just holding himself like this, going, you can cross me. Then just proceeds to fall in. Boom.
You, yeah, you immediately fall into the pit. Trying to crawl across it, you don't have the strength to hold your immense size up. And you hurtle into the pit, front first, onto the spikes.
It's just face first.
Literally face first. Onto...
Was that with your +2 bonus to strength from your size?
Mm-hmm.
You only got +2 to strength.
Normally, yeah.
Crikey.
That went to charisma and that got penalised, so...
Let's see. Does it actually give me the damage of the spikes? I don't think it does. Oh, 1d6 points of... a full 1d6 points of damage plus 1d4 points from the fall. So, d6 for the fall, a d4 for the spikes. So, 1d6. So, that is 6 points of piercing damage. Sorry, bludgeoning damage from the fall. And then...
I fall on all of the spikes.
You hit every single spike. So maximum damage, which I feel is sort of appropriate given you held yourself above them and then let go. You take 10 points of damage in total as you hurtle 10 feet down and slam painfully onto the spikes. The noise, the calamitous sound that rips through the area triggers a number of things to occur. Suddenly, from beyond, you see a creature dart out from around the corner that has been obscuring your vision. It beats its wings. This horrible creature with a long tail, long claws, a fiendish snout with spiky teeth and horns. This thing gives a rapturous shriek and says, "At long last, eons have passed, guests have arrived, my beloved father." Your eyes tear because Hero is too busy at the bottom of the pit. Your eyes tear drift to what this creature is addressing. It looks at the mass of material that is like pressed against the sarcophagus, and then all of a sudden you see something move. what you can only determine to be a large shoulder cracks, and another cracks, and all of a sudden, a creature rears up from beneath this material, revealing it to be a massive religious chasuble with a hood, a cloak of a priest.
Ugh.
This terrifying creature rises up, a troll, but desiccated and starved, leers up, looming around. It gives a terrifying roar, and the creature, with its bat-like wings flapping, says, "Beloved dragon priest, an offering has arrived. Roll initiative."
13.
I took improved initiative. 17.
I took a penalty because of my size increase.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's alright. My sword is bigger. My sword does more damage. If I can get out of hole.
Even if you can't, you're probably tall enough. You can just
Just
whack.
poke over the top.
What did you get, sorry? Tia, you got 17. Hero
That's
got
right.
13.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Meepo.
Meepo. Let's see, where is Meepo's stats? Meepo is here. He'll go after Tia. And then this bizarre creature. Wah!
Uh-oh.
Shit.
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 Okay. This creature is flapping its wings wildly, and offering it glares at you. And it will point a hand. Hang on. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Just in case, actually, I will move him. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yes. Tia, could you please make a wisdom saving throw, please, of DC 14.
Wisdom saving throw.
Sorry, I will save. My apologies.
Is this an enchantment?
Sorry, the music is going crazy. There we go. Is it an enchantment? No, it's fear.
Great. That's a fail. Of course.
Oh no, sorry. You are shaken. In that case, you have a -2 to thingies. Let me slip that up.
Attack saves and checks.
Attack saves, and yes, absolutely. Of course. The person to
I remember it
understand
well.
you. Yes, you have -2 to attacks, saving throws, skill checks, and ability checks, as this creature gives out a terrible, screech that is magical in power. You can give me a knowledge arcana roll, please.
Why not? 9.
You don't know what the creature is. I'm just bringing up... There we are, that's better. Yeah, so it gives this terrifying screech. It did technically move 5 feet, so that'll be its turn. Tia, it is your turn. You are aware that your ally is in the pit below. What do you do?
Well, there's not anything I can do about that. So what I will do is immediately discharge both of my Light of Lunia attacks at the big thing. Does that look like it's dead?
No, I'll tell you that for free. It isn't dead. It is not undead. It's just desiccated, starved. It looks injured in some way, like broken. Like it's got perhaps like internal injuries. Like it just looks doubled over and grotesque. But it is alive. A terrible troll-like entity reaches across at you over the gap, but yeah, he's not dead.
Yeah, that's fine. I guess. Yeah, I'll attack that because that's probably going to be the immediate problem for Hero. So I shall loose 2 shots. -2 because I'm shaken. That's a natural 1.
Oh, that could be bad.
That was... Sorry, was this your... This is your magic, wasn't it?
It was.
Roll again to see if you confirm that as a fumble.
15 on its touch.
15 on its touch would have hit, so it's just a miss. Your first strike with the magic veers off and explodes into stars in the corner.
It will. Second one, 13.
That is a hit against the Troll's touch armor class.
Great. I'm assuming it's also not an evil outsider, it's just a
It is not an outsider, no, but it is certainly evil.
2 damage. What beast of time?
It just bats off like its shoulder and it goes in discomfort as you strike it.
And then I think I will back away a little.
Okay, that is your turn. Meepo gives out a shriek, and he will... What can he do? Meepo is going to loose with a crossbow at the troll. The crossbow bolt bounces harmlessly off the hide of this creature as it sweeps this ragged cloak behind it. You can see that this cloak now is a tapestry to dragon worship. Lots of odd ritualistic scars cover this troll's body. Meepo goes "ow" as his attack is completely useless. That is Meepo's turn. Oh no, actually Meepo will also use his movement. No, he won't use his movement. He will... No, he can't reload if he's taken every fight. He will stand to where he is and he will reload his crossbow. That is Meepo's turn. Hero.
Ooh.
You know the DC to get out is 16.
Well, am I prone in there?
Yes, you definitely are prone in there, certainly, because you fell like that, didn't you? So
yeah, I was trying to make a bridge.
There's no question.
Also, seeing as I am the height of the pit, and maybe a smidge more, like I can imagine his head's like looking over like this, going, "Oh."
That's a good point. Yeah, you're. What is your height now that you're an enlarged person? You're large, so what is your physical height? That means you're like 10 foot, right? So you might. We'll say the DC's lower because your height is giving you an advantage.
Doubling his height. So he was about 6 foot. I had him down 6'2", so that means he's 12 foot.
Oh, okay. Well, listen. You get bonuses.
His chest is looking over.
You're gonna get add +4 to whatever your climb check is normally. Then for your size modifier, we'll just use your size modifier to give you a bonus.
So +2 to that. Oh. Brings me to a grand total of +1. Oh, it's not enough! As I stand up in the spikes and time to keep the climb and then slip back in.
I don't know, is that too high? I don't understand. Like, yeah, I mean, going from the DC, the climb DC out of there is DC 16. That's what the book says. But, yeah.
I've got nowhere to put my feet. and I slip. I hurt my foot. I slide.
You can
back
still
in.
strike from your position. You can still reach out of the hole. Just you can't climb it. It seems.
Do I take any other injury because I failed to climb out?
That's a really good point. It just says a fall inflicts the damage from the spikes. You didn't fall because you're so large. No, I'm going to say no. You don't take any more damage from that. You'll just be stood in the hole. Anything else on your turn?
Suffer enough in a second.
Well, that was moving.
Yes.
I guess. So then, I could have done that with a sword. Yeah, because I have my sword out to anchor me across. So as a free action, you'll just hear a deep scream from the pit as Hero goes, as he invokes a righteous fury. And then from the pit, you just see a sword just go as he can just reach, assuming he's taking up a 10-foot square there with his hands.
Yeah, definitely. And
I can just hit him.
as Hero gives that righteous scream, it is met by a feral roar from the troll. It goes and just launches forward immediately. It raises a giant.
Oh, it's an attack.
Oh,
Does
you're
he attack?
attacking him? You can.
Yeah,
you
I was attacking from... I can reach. I'm tall. I've got a 10-foot reach.
from down there. I don't think so.
Okay.
No, I don't think so. Not when he stood there.
Okay,
No,
fair enough.
I'm sorry. There's no way. He will charge forward, and he is going to strike you. However.
No, I wouldn't have actually used my righteous fury then if I couldn't reach.
No, that's fine. Yeah, no worries. He's going to strike at you with his claws. Well, one claw because he's moved. 17 to hit.
It's a hit.
He brings down this attack, and it looks like because he's like desiccated, like he almost looks like he's been weakened in some way, not fighting at his prime. He still have that, however, delivers a resounding 4 points of slashing damage, I guess, claws. And that will be his turn. We are back to the top of the round. The mischievous thing with wings goes to take cover behind the wall, and you can hear some fell magics of some kind going on. You can give me a spellcraft check tier to determine what sort of power he's drawing upon.
6.
A dark tongue that you know nothing of, at least from this distance you can't make it out. But that is its turn. It is now your turn, Tia.
Well, since I can't see anything else, I have to try and kill that thing. Screw it, let's try something a little different. As Tia will choose to use his feat from his first level, which was Precocious Apprentice, which means he gets 1 second level spell.
Very good.
Cast if he can make a DC 8 caster level check.
Okay.
Which he doesn't. It dissipates harmlessly.
What?
I don't know what is going on with these rolls, man. It's ridiculous.
That is bad. Yeah, your magic dissipates. Unsuccessful in wake of the threat. Anything else on your turn?
I will take out my crossbow.
Meepo, his crossbow already ready, looses his shot at the troll. Meh! He gives a cry. I keep missing what it was. He has a +3 to that. He misses him as well. The crossbow bolt bounces harmlessly off the troll's hide. He will this time uses movement to go there, and he hides in the alcove. Hero, it is your turn.
Hero will now continue his screaming as he's just been going, "Roar!" His battle roar, as he now invokes his righteous fury and attacks from the pit. Creature in front of him as he swings his longsword up and over.
Okay.
22 to hit.
That is a hit. You strike from below. Yes, excellent work. Roll your damage.
8.
Yeah, you strike at the thing, and black blood is letted from its calf as it leers down at you from above. Anything else?
That's it. I'm not going to try when he's in front of me.
Okay, it is its turn, and it is going to use its turn to disengage. And that's all it will do.
Oh.
So it will not provoke an attack of opportunity. It takes a stance there. That is its turn. Back to the top of the round, and yeah, something happens behind the wall, but you don't know what happens behind the wall. I'm just trying to fix something very quickly. Okay. Right, that is the creature's turn that is missing. Tyr, it's your turn. What was that for? Sorry, Tyr? I don't know if I can hear you.
Can't hear you either.
Crossbow attack.
Crossbow attack, cool. That was your attack at the troll, I take it. That then is a miss.
Yeah, and I will use my move action to reload.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, the bolt hurtles past the troll, ineffective. You reload. It's Meepo. Meepo didn't reload last turn, so he will use his movement to reload now. And he will... That'll be his turn. He's going to wait. But he's acted, so that's just his turn. Hero, it's your turn.
I will attempt a move action to climb out.
Very good. DC 16 to climb. You desperately try and climb, but you are unable to do so. That is your movement. What do you do now?
Then, as I'm doing that as a standard action, because I'm still in a righteous fury, I'm going to grab the warhammer at my side and just throw it at this thing in front of me.
Okay, so you throw the warhammer. Go for it.
7.
Your warhammer just hurtles past the troll and clatters into the corner of the room.
I'll collect that later.
It lands in the far side of the chamber there.
And that's my fury at an end.
Oh my goodness. Okay, that is Hero's turn. It is the priest's turn, and it's going to run at the hole. Because it wants to get across to the other side. That means it is subject to the same DC as you guys to clear it. It's a running jump of 10 feet. So that is 10 feet. DC 10, sorry. Let's see. It runs and it leaps over you. Hero.
Can I bash him with my sword?
Nope. He's He's entered your threat range, but he lands there and doesn't leave it. That is his turn. Oh, boom! Slams onto the ground at the far side of the pit. And he gives a feral roar. That is its turn. It is now the creature's turn. However, you'll note that when it last acted, it was around that corner. However, now, while invisible, has made its way over with its beating wings and will make its strikes, its 2 claw strikes from invisibility against your flat-footed armor class tier, please.
Flat-footed?
Yeah, he's striking you from being invisible, so
14.
He's getting you flat-footed here. 14. Okay, he gets 2 claw attacks. First one is possibly a fumble. Pray to the stars.
It's got +8 as well, crikey.
But however, that is still a fumble. Out of invisibility, this horrible creature bursts into existence, its wings wide, and then it fumbles as it swings for you, Tia. Let's bring up the fumble table, and Dom, please roll me a D100.
69.
Oh. Say it louder for the people in the back. We're going to have to re-roll that, I'm afraid, because that's weapon knocked away, and it doesn't have a weapon, so that does require a re-roll.
That's 23.
23 is a DC 20 dexterity check or fall prone and stunned for 1d4 rounds. So, it's dexterity. I'm actually going to have to look up his dexterity, but that's why we have the book. So let's have a look and see. Of course, I go the wrong way. I'm going to the named character section for those of you following along. Okay, so his dexterity is 17, meaning that to add to his save, he has a +3. Which is also a 1. So I'm going to say... Well, that's just an automatic fail, isn't it? So he's just screwed. You can roll me a d4, please, Tia.
Two.
He is stunned for 2 rounds. This thing swings for you wildly and just totally whiffs it. His wings give out and he slams his face hard upon the stone floor at your feet here. He is stunned for 2 rounds. And that is his turn, as his surprise attack was completely destroyed by terrible rolling. It seems everyone is rolling poorly today. That was the creature's turn. It is now your turn, Tia.
I'm going to take a 5-foot step away from the big one. I guess into the alcove, actually. That would... Let's copy, Meepo. And then cast Light of Lunir as my standard action. Which
Very good.
Nothing else to do.
Oh, so you can't cast it and fire it at the same time?
Sadly not, no. You've got to cast it, and then from the next round you can fire it.
Very good. With that, it is now Meepo's turn. Meepo, seeing the creature on the ground, is going to take full advantage of that +4 that it has against for its attacks, because prone. So, Meepo from the hip fires a crossbow. That is still a miss, I believe. Where is? Yeah, that's still a miss. So the bolt slams into the ground and bounces off into the darkness. He gives a frustrated hiss. He will use his movement to reload. That is Meepo's turn. Hero!
Hero is going to attempt a grapple check, and he's going to try and grab this thing's legs above him.
Very good. Well, it doesn't have any bonus or minus because of size, because you've grown to meet it in size. So that is just a straight. Well, you've got to make a touch attack first of all.
Yes. I mean, I've added the bonus, which means then we don't have to both adjust our rolls. But let's see.
Fine.
Touch.
We'll make a touch attack first of all.
Touch is strength, isn't it?
Yep.
13 to touch.
His touch armor class is 11, so you were successful in touching him. Now, an opposed roll. I just need to quickly see, because I haven't written his grapple bonus on here, and I don't want to shortchange him. So his
I've
grapple,
added the +4.
We don't get plus. You only get that if you're adding it to when you have a bonus of size against it, though, don't you? Or no, you just have that anyway, right?
Yeah. So he would already have the +4 on his arm on his
one
anyway.
too. Yeah. It's not the easiest thing to read. Where is it? It says attack. I know how to solve this.
It should just be base attack plus strength.
Yeah, but
It says base
it's
attack.
just the way that this stat block is put out. That's all. I'm just going to look up troll. There's some real disparity there, so I'm just going to have to make a judgment call. What do you get to be your bonus, Hero?
Well, I get my base attack, strength, and +4 because I'm large, which gives me a total of 10.
Okay, that's fine. That's relatively similar to his, so let's go for it. Opposed roll. 18.
29.
You smash that. You are the winner of the grapple. You
Excellent.
grappled him.
I can't do anything else this turn, can I?
No, you should be able to move him on his turn if he is unable to break the grapple on his turn, which is now, and that's what he's going to try and do. So we'll just resolve that again straight away. Same roll again.
26.
Nice.
Critical fail, you immediately succeed. So his turn is totally lost. What is it like as you seize him from beneath the hero?
Seize him!
He's landed, and then from your perspective, T, you just see two big olive green hands just grab his ankles. It's like...
It screams as you grab hold of him. Very good. And that's his turn wasted, so he's at your whim on your next turn, Hero. However, we now move to the terrible creature that is stunned on the ground, so that is 1 for him, 1 remaining. Tia, it's your turn.
I guess I will try and put 2 blasts in it.
In what?
So is it the flying creature on the floor?
You get a +4 to your attack because he's prone.
Great. +4 minus 2.
Mhm.
16 on its touch.
Is a hit against his touch.
So it takes 5 points of damage as constellation of stars
Bam, 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 bam. Peppers
goes
it.
into a pinprick.
Yeah.
And then, same again. That is a miss, I believe. 8 on its touch.
That is a miss, yeah. So the other one explodes nearby, but does not hit it. Still very successful. Anything else on your turns here?
Yes, I'm going to move out of the corner. Not get stuck in there. I'll go over here.
Meepo is going to edge out of the alcove with a free 5-foot step evading also the reach of the troll, which is too busy grappled, so wouldn't get an attack opportunity anyway, but regardless, doesn't want to get too close to its reaching hands. Meepo stands high above the winged creature and raises aloft his kobold spear, and is going to attempt to stab the thing on the ground. Possibly a critical from Meepo.
Yes, Meepo. MVP.
That is... even with the no, that is just a hit, damn. But still, a very successful strike from Meepo. Now, Meepo, sadly, has a minus to his damage. But... so he does a grand total of 0. 0 points of damage with his strike.
Don't do a minimum of 1.
Yeah,
Actually,
you do a minimum.
that's a good point. He does a minimum of 1 point of damage. That is correct. So he, oh man, grazes the creature. It could have been so much more stunning, bless him. But fate does not smile on Meepo, as the old tales say. That is his turn. Hero, it is your turn. You have grappled the creature. You can successfully do whatever you like.
I want to pull him into the hole with me.
You wrench him into the hole straight away. You were successful in the grapple. He failed to break it. You were able to move him into the hole with you. He will take a D6 and a D4 point of damage. D6 bludgeoning, D4 piercing. Roll them, please.
Let's see. 2 for D6, 3 for a D4.
Like you hear the spikes crunch into him as he falls into the ground next to you, and this terrible struggle begins in the spike pit. I'm going to say, if you're forced to move from your square but still end up in the spike pit, that you're going to take piercing damage again because you're stepping onto new spikes, if that makes sense.
I have an idea for what I want to do next turn.
Okay, so that's good to know. You've pulled him in. That, I guess, is your grapple attack action, isn't it? Is there anything else you can do? Or does that count as your movement? So you're using a movement to move him?
Well, because I was looking at the description, and it says you can, if succeeds, you move into target space, which I suppose that's kind of what I've done.
Okay.
I pulled him into my space. So what I want to do as an actual grapple check is pin him to the floor.
Oh yeah, because it's your second. Yeah, if you're successful again, you will now pin him. Yeah, that's cool. Let's do that again then.
And if I pin him, I'm thinking, like, recurring spike damage, hopefully.
Yeah,
so
we'll do it. Yeah, if you pull him into it again, if you pin him successfully, you will get that damage again.
21.
Oh god, what did he roll? I'm losing track of what he's rolling for it. What was it? It was a plus. He got a plus. Did I roll the wrong total for his last grapple? I can't even tell.
Plus 12?
It was plus 12, yeah.
I'm just pushing him onto spikes.
Yeah, roll another d4 as you flatten him to the ground and just start pushing him against the spikes.
4.
Oh my god. So it's now prone on the spikes with you on top of him. Amazing. Such a reversal in the fortunes.
That's gone well.
From not very good has now turned into salvageable. Very good. Let me just make sure I've got the total right as well. Okay. Though he does seem to have quite a lot of vigour left in him, and I do mean quite a lot of vigour left in him. He gives a feral yell. That was your turn. It is now its turn. It's going to try and break the grapple. So an opposed roll, please. And he's going to try and push you off him.
25.
23. You somehow just are just wrangling him. He's like, whoa! These horrible, like, half-rotted hands are pushing at your face to try and push you away, but you maintain your grip on him and don't let go. Amazing. That is his turn wasted. We're back to the top of the round. The winged creature is stunned for his last turn of being stunned. That's him. Tyr, it's your turn.
Well, I want to take advantage of him being stunned, so I'm going to put a crossbow bolt in him, or attempt to, I suppose would be the correct. 21.
Is a spectacular hit.
7 points of damage, that's not bad.
My word, yes. It just sinks into him, this immense amount of power from the crossbow. I love this. I need to just double check something here.
And I'll reload with my move action as well.
It looks up like feral and disturbed, horrible purple blood leaking out of the creature, like half of its wing has been torn by one of your strikes. Meepo.
Let's go, Meepo. Finish him.
Meepo raises the spear high once again and brings it sailing down. That isn't enough. The thing rolls, and the spear slams into the ground next to it. Its dread gaze bouncing between the kobold and the elf. That was Meepo's turn. Hero.
Yes, just getting. Seeing as I have him pinned, what I want to do is do a grapple check to then do an additional unarmed strike to slam him back.
Yep.
Onto the spikes.
Yeah.
Ooh, 14 is maybe.
He resists. You're not able to pull him up to stab him down further, but you still have hold of him because he still has to break the grapple on his turn, so you just aren't successful in slamming him that time. Anything else?
That's it. I'm just delaying as much as I can.
I love that so much. It is now its turn. It's going to try and push you off him in whatever way you can. Opposed grapple. Again, he's desperately trying, rah! And then you just push away his attempt to free himself and bear down on top of him even more. Oh my god, it's the thing of nightmares.
I'm using my shield now underneath me to try and put even more surface pressure down.
Oh my goodness. So cool. Right, that's his turn wasted because he didn't break the grapple. We're back to the top of the round. The creature pulls itself up and goes and speaks in a terrible tongue. First in I'm pretty sure you don't know the language, so first in a terrible tongue and then in common. Jot will have vengeance here. It will screech and beat its wings as it takes to the air once more.
Does Meepo get an attack of opportunity as it's...
Meepo does get an attack of opportunity because that's a movement, so Meepo will aim his spear. Will it be true?
Get it, Meepo.
23 is a hit!
Meepo!
Right.
Let's go, Meepo. Let's go. Fuck him up.
Meepo.
Meepo.
I am shot and I shall have my vengeance, and Meepo's spear is true, slamming hard into the Quasit's throat. This demon from another world that has waited in here for eons has now been killed by a kobold. The spear goes straight through his throat, through there and out the back, and is stunned. His wings beat once, looking at the kobold, and he'll go, "You have murdered me," and it'll collapse. It'll collapse to the ground, and Meepo will go, "Ah!" Jot is defeated.
Yes,
Meepo, yes. Oh my god, yes, Meepo. Even with a minus to the damage, he killed him.
Nice.
Here, it's your turn.
I don't know that I can do anything to the thing because you're on top of it. So if I try and shoot it,
we'll just go to if you miss, it's a chance it's going to hit Hero. That's how we determined it last session. So there'll be a greater chance to hit Hero if you miss because they're grappled.
Okay, I'll cast Light of Lunia because I don't want to risk shooting hero with a crossbow bolt.
No problem.
I'm more likely to miss that.
Yeah, make your attack.
Well, I've got it's a prepare, cast, and then the next.
Oh, of course, yeah, of course,
actually
yeah.
blast it.
So the shining magic rises high, ready for another strike. Very good. He didn't take piercing damage last time, did he? So I was like, that looks wrong, but you didn't get damage on him last time, did you? That's Tyr's turn. Oh, I'm sorry. I think I've messed that up because I think I asked Tyr to go. Then Meepo. Meepo killed it, which now means it's Hero's turn.
No, Meepo's not been yet. It was an attack opportunity.
Then that's right. Yeah, that's right. So it was an attack opportunity because Jot tried to move. Tyr, you move forward and casting. It's now Meepo's real turn. Gotcha. Right. Meepo will scoop up the crossbow from the ground that he had fired, and he will load it with a new bolt. That I think is going to be realistically his turn. He's picking up the crossbow as well as loading it. Hero, it is your turn. You bear down upon the dragon priest, the failed dragon priest.
My shield is pinning him, and now with my other hand, I'm trying to push his head onto another spike. So I'll do another grapple check.
Goodness, yeah. Pose grapple.
23.
23. Can the failed dragon priest resist? No! Roll a d4.
You've appeared twice in 9 tier, as have I.
What?
That's weird.
Oh yeah, you've replicated. That's how we'll fix that in a moment.
Oh yeah.
I've just realised.
3.
Add your strength to it now, because you're using your strength to hit him into spikes. So add your strength
And that's
to that.
6 in total.
Yeah. Now things are getting desperate for the creature. It begins scrambling beneath you. Still with plenty of vigour. All it can do is try and break the grapple. So I don't mean to be boring, but that's what he's going to try and do. 14 to beat.
I'm doing well with
Yeah,
this.
you
17.
really are. You're just relentlessly holding him in the spike pit. We're back to the top of the round. Jot, the Quasit is dead. Tyr, it's your turn. Both of you. I'll see if I can
Both of the tiers.
get rid of one of them.
2 Aphelions.
Yeah, I guess I'll
Oh yeah.
unleash the light.
Can you do me a favour, Dom, and move the one that you're controlling? Just move him once. Gotcha.
It's these 2.
What did you do on your turn, Tyr?
Am I still shaken? Is that effect still going?
I'll say because he's slain, you are no longer shaken.
That's very kind of you.
Well, it doesn't make sense for you to be scared of it anymore because he's dead, so...
Well, it's the body's still there, isn't it?
That's true, you might come back. That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I'll unleash star power. That's a 9 on its touch.
A 9 on its touch is not enough, but is that with the... Did you add the fact that he's prone to your attack?
You also
did
take a
not.
-4 to shoot into a grapple.
Okay, in that
You put
case
that,
then...
I guess.
Then, no, you just miss him. How are we going to determine whether it hits Hero? What's your
D100?
touch armor class, Hero?
10.
Misses Hero too. We'll just say that for now. We'll look it up another time. The blast explodes, but not next to them, thankfully, or into them, thankfully. That is your
But
turn.
unfortunately, there's a second shot.
Oh yes,
13 on its touch.
is a hit against the Dragon Priest.
Then it takes 5 points of damage.
Whoa. Very good. That is your turn, Tyr.
It is indeed.
Meepo last time displayed a disregard for other surroundings. You remember he threw an alchemist's fire at a group of rats while you were amongst him, Hero. This isn't out of malice. It's literally his kobold survival instinct. He will... No, he can see them there, so he will go there. As much as his kobold heroics will allow him, and he'll loose a crossbow bolt. Prone plus...
It's also a -4 for shooting into a grapple.
-4, of course, yeah. So that is 16 to hit, which is a miss on its normal touch. Normal attack, sorry. So that is a miss. But that does hit Hero, I believe.
My armor class is 16.
Yep, so that is a hit. I'm going to do the minus there and see if it works. So a single point of piercing damage as the shot goes awry. He just and just looses a bolt, and it just stabs into your thigh, behind your thigh, like in your upper leg, right in there. That's his turn because he moved, so he won't be able to reload. He'll have to reload next turn. Hero.
This priest, like heroes like this, go, and it just for a moment goes. Carries on against
Okay,
as
opposed.
he gets another grip with his hand.
Opposed grapple. 29 to beat. It resists you lifting it up. It's like just clinging onto you now, like survival instinct is kicking in. It's its turn. Please roll another. To break the grapple, it gets 16.
25.
But you maintain the grapple. Oh my god.
Oh,
There's literally nothing you can do. Like, I can't. He has a higher modifier than you, yet you are consistently rolling better than him. That's all it is. Roll the bones. We're back to the top of the round. Tia.
Yeah, I don't really want to put any more spells into this. I've only got one first level spell, and I think Hero's kind of got it at this point.
Or Meepo.
Or Meepo, yeah.
My note here is friendly fire.
Yeah, I don't want to shoot you. I will cast. I guess I will cast my final Light of Lunia to prepare in case the thing gets up and sort of fights you off. But yeah, I'm not going to fire into the grapple again. Hold it.
Okay.
Not that I can fire it yet.
So nothing else on your turn, Tia?
Nah.
Alright then. Meepo will reload. That's his turn. Oh no, he can reload and fire. I think he's realised he's shot Hero and probably doesn't want to piss him off, so I don't think he will actually. I think he saw that he shot you and realised, oh, I better not do that. So he is learning. He's not trying to hurt you, so he clearly understood he made a mistake. So he won't fire, but his crossbow is loaded, ready for the opportunity. With that said, Hero, it's your turn.
Well, I'm going to try and push him into the spikes again.
Okay.
22.
D4 plus your strength.
6 points of damage as I...
Oh my god. Oh my god, this is horrendous.
Spike is just going further and further through its head.
Unarmed attacks are described as light attacks for the purpose of attacking a grapple, yes?
Yes, but I'm using the spikes as opposed to like...
I'm asking for him because it's now his turn.
So
he's going to give up trying to break the grapple. Instead, he will attack, because you can make a single light attack, I believe, in a grapple. So he will use one claw then in that case. and he will.
You make an opposed grapple check in place of an attack.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, while grappling, you can deal damage to your opponent equivalent to an unarmed strike or natural attack. In that case, make an opposed grapple check in place of an attack. If you
So
win,
he'll make a grapple attempt then to try and hit you instead. 27.
That could work in his 26.
A claw comes out of nowhere and buries itself into your side, dealing. Because he can't beat you that way, but he can try and get you with his claws. 5 points of slashing damage as he claws at you from beneath. Like he's just like a feral animal that you're basically just like murdering on top of these spikes. So it's doing anything it can to try and wrestle you off it. That is its turn. So Tia and Meepo are gonna look on.
I think so, yeah.
Hero, you have an audience. The dull death throes of this creature as it struggles against you. Please continue what you were doing.
At this point, even though I've got my pressure on him, both hands are going to grab his shoulder and then just swing him up and back down like bang.
Okay, opposed grapple once again.
22.
You beat. Oh no! Sorry, I read it the wrong way. He prevents you from doing it.
He's fighting back.
And he's going to try and break the grapple. He's feeling good now because it's his turn. 18 to beat.
29.
He does not escape. It's your turn. Let's just keep going.
Fight forever.
That's a critical.
Yes.
Okay, right. No. Because it's a critical, I'm going to say double the dice, so this is going to be 2d4. As if you were critting with the damage.
Maximum damage.
Max a million damage.
Hang
Max
on.
million damage.
Hang on. Oh my god. Easily. Over 8 points further than its threshold to finish it off. What is it like, Hero, as you just murder this troll on the spikes?
Even though he's not in a righteous fury, this is what goes over his eyes, black and white, and he just sees evil in front of him. And he just screams in its face, and then he grabs him by the shoulders and then just slams. 1, 2, 3, as he just drops his head further and further down the spike until it's just acupunctured in the pit.
And on that horrifying note, as Hero has driven a creature's head through a spike by smashing it repeatedly, we now go to a short break. For those of you watching live and after that, thank you very much for joining Roll the Bones. Please like, subscribe, and comment wherever you're seeing this. We're always pleased to hear your feedback, always pleased to hear your opinions on the game. What would you have done if you were locked in a spike pit with a troll? Would you have done anything differently? We'd be very pleased to. We'd love to hear, because clearly we just resorted to whatever happens in that moment. So we'd love to hear your opinions on how you would survive that as a player character. And of course, like and follow us wherever you find us, and we'll be back after a very short break. Don't go away. We have returned. The wreckage that is the dragon priest leaks black ichor beneath you, Hero. Its skull split asunder by many rapid slams into the spikes beneath it. Jot, the quasit, though you don't know what it is slain. Meepo is peering down at you, Hero, and he will say, I apologize. I didn't mean to shoot you.
Hero quickly feels around on his rump and his leg and goes like, oh, it's okay. And is then going to attempt stepping on the Dragon Priest to climb out of the hole, because I'm not going to be this size for much longer.
Yes, thankfully, because you can stand on the Dragon Priest, you won't be injured if you fail now, so you can just take 10 on the roll if you wish.
Did we say we're because I'm bigger, DC's easier or something?
The DC is... Did I say the DC was easier? Or I
Definitely
just gave you... I gave you a bonus, didn't I? I gave you a +4 to your bonus. Okay, the DC will also be lower now that you are standing on top of something to help you out. We're going to say DC 12, climb. And I think that is... If you can't climb that, then you'll just have to stay.
If I'm taking 10, then that's fine.
Okay, perfect. You climb out of the hole. Onto which side, Hero?
Here.
Perfect. You climb onto that side. You will be able to aid others in their leaping across. You can wait for them to jump. So if someone misses the jump, they will be able to... you'll be able to roll to see if you can grab them. Running jump is DC 10. Meepo, however, will elect to stay on this end. He does not want to jump over until the area is secure.
Yeah, fuck it.
DC 10, jump.
It's really not a good idea with my strength penalty. But... There we go, 4.
Hero, you can try and reach and grab him. You can do a... What could we argue for you to try and reach out and grab him as he plunges? I'm loath to say it, but I think it's usually... We usually go for a reflex, don't we?
I believe so.
Yeah, reflex.
Yeah.
Please then give me a reflex DC 10, because it was the same as the jump DC.
I met it, but didn't
You met
exceed.
it, but didn't exceed. So, Tyr, you plunge in. Now, you don't take the piercing because you land on top of the Dragon Priest. So you get spikes, but you do fall into the pit. You take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Cool.
Sorry.
DC 12 to climb. Oh, it was 16 because you're not, but 12 because Hero can help you climb.
Okay.
Hero, you can reach and do a strength check as well.
Nope.
Yep, you can't climb out. Hero, you lack
No,
the strength
that's a
to
strength.
hoist the Star Elf out of the pit.
I imagine Hero's starting to shrink and is starting
For
to
reasons'
lose maybe
sake,
support.
because you're just going to be there, you can reach him. You can reach down and help him climb up. So I'm just going to say you can just take 10 or 20 on that to climb out. Will taking 10 help, Tyr?
It won't help me, no.
Hero, you pull him out of the hole because there's only so many hours in a day. Meepo will stay on the other side.
As will the penguin.
As will, yes, as will the penguin. Aphelion. Is it Aphelion? Aphelion, yes.
It is a Aphelion.
Yep.
Well,
Okay.
I will pick up my hammer.
You pick up your hammer, and as you pick up the hammer, Hero, you and Tyr kind of are able to view the area a bit better. As I noted before, there was a tiny greenish light that burns in the corner of the room there. Tyr, you can give me a Knowledge Arcana roll.
These have gone so well before. I can't imagine I will successfully do it this time. We can try. Nope, that's not one on the die.
This torch is burning with a green flame, and it is magical in nature, but you don't know why or how.
I think Tyr just glances at it and shrugs.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, Hero will take a moment just to catch his breath as he will essentially lay on hands on himself as he just
Sure.
Heals a bit.
Okay. Do you have to roll for that, or do you just take a set?
No, there's an allocation of points that I can use.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, perfect. So yeah, just to describe the room once again, violet-hued marble tiles cover the floor and walls. They're all cracked and broken, revealing rough-hewn stone beneath. Wall sconces are attached to the walls at each corner, but only one still bears a torch, and it burns with a tiny greenish light. A massive marble sarcophagus, easily 9 feet long, lies in the room's centre. The stone possesses heavy carvings with a dragon's imagery, and the head of the sarcophagus resembles a dragon's head. And there are rusting metal clasps that firmly lock the lid down of the sarcophagus. The dragon priest, it would appear, was in some kind of prayer slumber, like slumped against the metal of this thing. And now that it's moved, you can see etchings of a humanoid figure, perhaps a human, being cursed with the power of the dragons for being a failure of a dragon priest, a heretic, a usurper, trying to reach for more power than he was due. And as a punishment, he was robbed of his faculties and bestowed the power that he so wanted, the strength he so wanted. He was transformed by some terrible magic into a troll and was left to be to effectively wither in this place for years and years and years. His penance was meant to last an eternity. You, it seems, have done it a mercy. If you count a mercy as slamming a creature's into spikes over and over again. But
impaling evil.
But a mercy nonetheless. The sarcophagus appears to be able to open, but is fastened by these rusted metal clasps.
Try and undo them.
Yeah, you can try and undo them. There's a DC strength check, but with the right roll, you'll be fine.
I'll probably do that there.
I will make use still that I'm large. 13.
You're unsuccessful, but given that you're able just to stand there and keep trying, because there's nothing that's going to prevent you from doing so, are you mechanically able to roll? What's your bonus? 20. Your bonus is 3, isn't it?
Currently it's +3. When I shrink down, it'll be +2.
How the hell is anyone supposed to pass that? I am choosing to say that you'll be able to roll again, and with a better roll you'll be able to open it, because I don't see you being able to make that check otherwise, personally.
I'll take
I'm
it.
choosing to go against the text, I'm afraid, dear viewers.
16.
You are successful. You wrench open the clasps, and the sarcophagus is opened. This was obviously meant for the dragon priest, for when he finally was going to succumb. He was to lie in here and give up, but in his penance he decided to kneel and pray at the effigy of the dragons. Not alone in his burial, though, the dragon priest was awarded treasure to take with him to the service of dragons in the next life. These treasures include a masterwork dagger, that's dotted with finery in the hilt. There's also a ring worth 5 gold pieces. An amulet worth 10 gold pieces. 2 bracelets, each adorned with styled silver dragon designs, worth 15 gold pieces each. So 2 bracelets, 15 gold pieces each. There is also a total of 220 silver pieces, so whatever that is in gold.
22 gold.
22 gold plus 50 gold pieces, so 72 gold. Is that right?
Yep.
Yep. There is inside some magic scrolls. There is a scroll of command. There is a scroll of burning sphere. And a scroll of magic missile. There are 3 cure light wounds potions. Can you give me a knowledge arcana roll, Tyr? As you find what looks like a kind of like a cylinder of metal ore of some kind, but it gives off a magical resonance.
9.
You don't know what this metal is, but you imagine a seasoned forge master with an emphasis on those that can professionally create masterwork weaponry and magical weaponry would be able to use this magic metal, just write it down as, to create a magical weapon of some kind. This ore would be significantly useful for that. This ore does have a name, but sadly you don't recall what the name is, so just magic metal for the time being. There are also 2 other items. There is a belt of giant strength plus 2.
You should have that.
There is a cloak of charisma plus 2.
Yes, probably best for me, but happy to share if you.
Yes.
There is also a ring of protection plus 1. And with that, the sarcophagus is laid bare. Tyr, you can give me one last search or spot check, please.
20.
On this side, you learn what it was that was making your elven senses pang. You see that there is signs of a secret door
Aha.
within the carvings of this this dragon tomb.
Shall we quickly split up the stuff we can use immediately?
Yes, so I have there's 58.5 gold pieces each, so if you want to take the extra half, so you take 59, I take 58.
I assume you've just broken up the ring, amulet, and bracelets.
Yeah, I'm putting
Gold.
gold value of loot into that total. Assuming that we'll divvy that up when we barter our way with stuff. If you wouldn't be so kind, if I could take at least 2 of those cure light wounds.
Yeah, sure.
You look at Hero. Hero looks awful. And even like in his large size, it's even more apparent that Hero is bleeding out and looks like he's on the verge of collapse. That's how bad he currently looks.
Does that mean I get 1?
Yes, I will
That's
put
fine.
1 on
I've
my
already
inventory.
got 1, so. And if you need another, let me know and I can.
Well, I put 1 on my inventory and then I drink 1 immediately.
Maybe you should take all 3 then, because I have yet to use mine. I've got 1 ready.
So I cure myself for 6.
Very good. 6 points of health returns to you. You feel restored.
I'll happily take all of them, but
Yeah.
then
I'll
I'll
take
quaff.
off your dead body if I need it.
I suppose. I'll then drink another 1. Like a man who's not drank water in so long. He's just like...
And
So I'll roll that
assuming
again.
you will have much better use of a belt of strength than I
4.
Oh.
Yes, that would be grand.
So you're taking the belt of giant strength, and the cloak of charisma, is that Tears?
Well, I don't know actually. Do you have any charisma based?
He's a
All
paladin,
of my
so I
my
imagine
paladin
yes.
abilities are charisma based. It
Do
affects
you
my lay on
want?
hands, my saves.
Oh, you take it then, because mine it affects my
Spellcasting modifier.
spellcasting. Yeah, but none of my things have got save DCs. So
I'm happy for you to have it.
now you might as well have it. Because you can get immediate use from it. If later I have something that has like a save DC attached, then we can change. But I currently don't think I have anything.
Well, that's awfully kind of you.
No worries.
That
And
means
then we've got
that's.
a ring of protection.
I guess you should take that.
Is that a bonus to?
Ring of protection is +1 bonus to armor class.
Ah, sweet.
I think it's a deflection. It counts as deflection.
My righteous fury has increased. My divine grace has increased. My lay on hands has increased.
Yeah, definitely better for you, Tam.
Yeah, basically, if my charisma is high enough, I add my charisma on all my saves, which is quite nice.
Anything else whilst you're in this chamber?
Let's see. We've divvied everything up. Would you like masterwork dagger?
I'm not really got any use for it here.
Hero will look at it and he'll nod in appreciation. This is a good dagger, and
Gonna have it.
stow it.
And obviously I'll take the scrolls.
You take the scrolls.
Yes. Shall we take a look at this hidden doorway? Here, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
As Tia opens another hidden door.
Yeah, now that you know where it is, it's no problem at all. You open the secret door and it leads to a very narrow passageway.
God damn.
You now see that you're on the other side of it, that there is a passageway that runs behind the walls. There is actually an entryway that leads in front of you. Let me just quickly read. Hang on. A dust coats this tiny chamber, obscuring words inscribed on the southern wall.
Can I waft away once more?
You can you give me a knowledge arcana check, please?
Yeah. I can. That's a nat 1 on the die.
You don't know what it says, but you could always take a rubbing to use later on.
Sure, I'll rub it.
Give it a good rub it.
Yeah.
Okay. So Tyr rubs it in the small chamber. Hero, your size, I imagine, is going to reduce now.
Yes.
So
yes.
We will do that now.
Which means that goes, that goes, that goes.
Okay, it's just going to be stubborn then, is it? Okay, that's good to know. There.
Thank you. Normal size.
Yeah, with a shove, you can open up a hole.
Hey.
and you find a way over the pit.
Ah,
Should have known about that earlier.
Yes, it is a shame. You did not make the check, sadly.
Alas. You
Alas.
give me every opportunity.
Yep, the bones were cruel. Meepo will sort of be busy over the carcass of the quasit. He's sort of like hunched over it, and then like draws away, and you just see like just a sea of purple blood where Meepo has been at work on the quasit's carcass. He now holds aloft its severed head, and he says, "I shall strip its flesh and make its skull a helm."
Brilliant.
Meepo intends to have a quasit helm.
Look like a rat lord.
He will look like a mad lord.
that's cool.
I'm assuming the monster that Hero smashed into the ground didn't have anything on it that was worthwhile.
Oh, yes, that's a really good point. That's a very good point.
I don't know if we would have checked what we were down there.
Yeah, let's have a wee check.
yeah.
What did the quasit have on him? He does have stuff, I believe. Getting there. That's really odd. Sometimes it gives you the treasure in the room and the treasures on the creatures. Sometimes you have to go to where they are written. Okay, he has. I swear I read somewhere that he was carrying something, but I don't for the life of me see it, so I'm just going to say no, and if I'm wrong, then I will go back and I will award you it, but I don't see anything that is actually on him that would be of use. But it seems that you have exhausted this route and have recovered the treasure that was rumoured to exist in this place. Perhaps it will aid you in your battles in the future.
But no goblins.
Yeah, I thought the goblins were this way.
No, the goblins were described as residing in the northern passageways. You've come to the south.
Yes, we were to clear out the bottom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is ill-advised to leave an enemy to your rear, for sure.
Oh, let's return, I guess. Off we can.
Yes, you return.
Um,
Go past the globe that still tingles with magical light.
do we need to do a jump in this room?
No, it's fine.
Aha!
Just go over there. If you wouldn't mind remaining there, Tyr, for a second.
Sure.
Let's let Hero and Meepo catch up.
Yes, Meepo doesn't have vision, so I have to do him first.
Oh, does he? Oh, you should have said.
You can move them at the same time.
I know, it's just he was keeping a distance.
Right, stay there, please. Let me give Meepo vision, I'm sorry.
Best kind of vision.
He has really good dark vision, I believe, so he'll just have... Better?
Yes.
Okay.
Meepo no longer blind.
Please do a spot check.
Just here.
Let me just double check something.
10.
Everyone, please. Oh, I should say it's a spot check, DC 25.
DC 25.
DC 25, yeah.
I'm never going to make that.
I'm never going to make it.
It's not going to happen.
Okay, then. What is your flat-footed armor class, please, hero?
16.
You are alarmed as rubble shifts around you and suddenly a dire rat is upon you.
No.
Please. Well, that's a surprise round, so he's going to make an attack against your flat-footed armor class as the dire rat springs
I suppose
up.
it'd be 14 because I wouldn't be using my shield at this point.
Sure, well, you know, each to their own. Oh no, we've had that before. Let's do combat there. There we go. Yeah, so let me get the dire rats again. So, on a surprise round, the dire rat is going to try and sink its teeth into AC 14 then. Let's see if it can manage it. Its attack. Still fails. It bounces into you as it attacks. Please roll initiative.
$16.
22.
$22 for Tyr. 16 for hero. The rat goes before. Can someone roll Meepo's, please? Meepo gets a +1 to his initiative.
I can do that. 8.
That
8
makes
for
it
Meepo.
easier. Tyr, you go first. The dire rat is upon you.
I will get my crossbow out and attempt a shot. That's
It shoots over its armor class. You miss, Sandy. Anything else in your turn?
nope. It's a movement action to get the crossbow out and then
Yeah. The rat will go again. But it can't get a purchase on Hero. That is the rat's turn. Hero, it's your turn.
Sword and board is out. And stab it with a long sword. 12.
Is a miss.
Ding. Oh.
Anything else on your
Right.
turn?
No.
Meepo will take a free 5-foot step to get the flank bonus. Because he is keen of mind. Flank is +2, isn't it? So, there we go.
Yeah.
Also, it's a miss. We're back to the top of the round. Tyr.
I'll load my crossbow with the +1 bolt
Oh.
Okay.
and fire it. And miss.
His armor class is 15. I'm just putting it out there. That is a miss.
Yeah.
I'm just going to tell you what it is, just because. Yeah, the bolt flies over them, and that misses, and both of them are engaged. Please roll a. No, that's not going to hit either of their armor classes either, so that's just a miss. We'll just say it like that for now. That is Tyr's turn. The rat is going to continue its crusade against Hero. Possibly a critical. 14 is a miss.
Just a hit.
So just a hit. Dealing 1 point of piercing damage. Please roll a fortitude save. Hero, DC 11.
If this is a disease effect,
It is.
I am immune.
Ah! You are entirely immune to the filth fever that tries to incubate within you. Very good. That's the rat. Hero, it's your turn.
Hero woke up in the morning and decided he no longer wanted to be affected by fear or disease. As such, is immune to fear.
He decided, did he? Good to know. Alright. Yes, your turn. Go.
I'll bring the longsword down. That's possibly a critical, because I threat on a 19.
Yes, so you do. Let's see if it's a threat.
22,
That is a critical hit.
39?
Oh, on the critical table, of course. Let me see. 39 is critical multiplier +1. What we love to see.
20 points of damage.
The rat lunges into the air at you, Hero. How do you kill it in one?
Hero has had a lot of practice now against rats.
Yes.
And he waits for that lunge and then just brings the sword down directly through the head of the jaw, pinning it to the floor.
There is a stillness. The rat is defeated. It watched you go by initially and thought, I'll wait.
They'll be back. They always come back.
Yeah,
They always
basically.
come back.
Yeah.
Okay,
Good work, Hero.
thanks.
Oh, sorry. There you go, Meepo. You return back to the tower.
Shall we rest? Seeing as we're at a good spot to rest.
Hero looks at all the scars and cuts and blood still pouring from his body. Hero would like rest. Hero in pain.
Yeah, certainly you can go and rest by all means. So are you going to use the chamber that you were in at the top of the session?
Yes.
Very good. Okay. Yep. So you rest there then. Now, as you go in there, I asked, do you have like an order of some kind, or like what, when, who is going to rest, and so on?
I guess Hero should rest first, as he is in dire need of health.
What if your friend makes noise if needs be?
My penguin. Penguin.
Yes. Penguin.
Well, I don't need to actually sleep, do I? So I can rest while being
Meditate.
vigilant.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Except for what is it? 2.
You
Have to,
meditate for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Yep.
No idea what my neighbours are doing. I'm just going to pass out. Just boom. Head to the fridge. Just boom.
So I think Hero fully rests as Tyr stands guard, and then Tyr's meditation.
Okay. I close the door for you. I'd hate to assume, but I close the door for you.
Thank you.
During your rest, I would like you to give me a listen check all.
I realised that I should have added 2 to my listen spot checks when my penguin is within reach.
Ah.
So I should get a slight increase.
20 as well.
And your listen was 6, was it, Hero?
It was, yes.
You are just dead to the world. Hero, you rest and rest well. Tia, you are still able to rest in full. However, at some point during the long hours, whilst you're sort of like meditating, despite Hero's snoring and Meepo's cries of battle in his sleep, you hear the distant sounds of some conflict. You hear like barking orders and screaming wails and the clang of steel and spear and shield.
Oh dear.
After a few moments, it dies away.
Do we know roughly which direction?
It was coming in the direction of where you met Yusdrayl, the Kobold leader.
Well, bode too well for that. I'll inform the other two when they wake.
You're able to pass on this information as they wake up. And as they wake up, I ask, what is it that you do?
We just get our level back, yeah?
You do, yeah. So you're level 3, yes?
So 8. That takes me up to
3
that. Okay.
HP, yeah.
I'll use all of my lay on hands abilities for the day to increase that.
Straight away.
Oh, yes.
Ooh.
That's a fairly respectable amount to go with. Okay.
Well, I guess we plan heading north towards the goblins.
So it's your wish to head back over to where Yusdrayl was, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want me to guide you there, or do you know the way?
I think we remember.
Very good. Yeah, you pass this way through the open door here. That's right. Now, as you get there, Tia, as you arrive there first, just glancing around the corner, you can't but help but discover the source of where the noise had come from that you heard last night. Looking up that corridor there, you see a collection of goblin corpses slain in battle. There are a number of kobolds as well, but not near so many. There was obviously a goblin attack during your resting. You are almost sure that had kobolds not been here, this marauding group of goblins would probably have fallen upon your place of rest. Had they not been there.
Lucky, I suppose.
Yes. You continue on your way, and the hall, the dragon hall that you had come to, seems much the same, apart from the extra bloodshed. Yusdrayl stares at you from across the hall and beckons you closer. Do you go over?
I suppose so.
Welcome back, she says. I see that you are alive. And I see you have brought Meepo, the fool that lost our dragon ally. Meepo sort of like whimpers and sort of like coils behind you, Hero, at her words.
Yes, he's served us very well so far. Why don't you show them your spoils of victory, Meepo?
Meepo gives a and then sort of like eyes you as if to say, "You really want to show them all the coin and loot we just took?"
No, just the skull.
Oh, then he sort of like
cool
realizes with understanding, and he holds aloft the quasit skull. A number of the bounders sort of like look between each other and go, "Ooh," and sort of like give like a nod of begrudging respect. Meepo is a bit smaller than the Kobold bounders and clearly is not viewed with much esteem. But the sight of the quasit skull changes that somewhat. Meepo is herefore regarded as a kobold of renown amongst the bounders, we'll say.
Next, we plan to head north, I suppose.
Yes. I would offer you this, she gestures to the dragon mouth with a key in it. However, I'm led to believe that this does not work. She says, forgetting her voice. Led to believe that this does not work. A fake. And she casts it to the ground. There is no door that is locked to the north. Meepo is very quiet and still.
Well, if there's no matter, we can head north at our leisure then.
There were goblins that struck in the late hours. Some of ours were slain, but more of theirs. But there were many that fled. There is many of them waiting beyond. We shall not move from our defensive position until we are sure that the dragon is realigned with our cause. When he is, we shall press forward. It is foolish to do so before.
Fine for us to.
The passageway that the goblin struck from has a dangerous trap that lies in wait. It claimed many of their lives too.
What sort of trap?
That's the thing. Let us quickly consult. Because they would know the trap, given that they've held this position for a long time, and that is a direction from where the goblins have struck. Let's see. Once again, trying to be faithful to the text of the game. We move to... '24. It is a 20-foot long corridor that leads to another door. Inside there is a trap. Each time any weight is placed on the floor, there is a pressure plate that triggers a trap. A trap door on the floor hides a pit. But there is a 1-foot wide catwalk that allows safe access for those that know the trap is there. There is a pit. But now you know the way around it. So yeah, there's a pit trap 10 by 10 beyond. in the corridor north of where all those goblins now lie. Okay.
And the way to get through was just down the middle.
Yeah, there's a gangway. It doesn't actually say where the... That's what I'm just looking for now, like what that actually is, but let's see. Oh, that's no use. It's not actually allowed me to... I know what I'll do. I will make that visible on the map layer. There we go. Yeah, so there's like a 1 foot wide like thing that you can balance along to get across it, or you could do a running jump. But you'd have to go to the room to investigate further.
Okay.
She'll gesture to you, and I'm just going to see if there's anything. I have to go back to her section now to see if there's aught else she may offer. She is in the dragon throne. Oh, okay. She offers you some treasure for your service in slaying the troll. She'll say, he was a heretic and a traitor to the cult of the dragon. And for your service in destroying this heathen, you are given this reward. You get something called Qual's Feather Token, in brackets tree. I will look that up shortly. Did she give you some scrolls last time? I think she did, didn't she? Did she get a scroll of major armor off her or something?
Yeah. Charm
She's
person and major
given you that, and charm person as well, yeah. Did she give you a scroll of spider climb?
She did not give us that.
She hands you a scroll of spider climb. And what else has she got? A scroll of... That can't be right.
Disintegrate.
Yeah. A scroll of hypnotism. And 2 potions of Cure Light Wounds.
Down the middle.
Yeah.
So you divvy up the treasure that is awarded to you. She will say, the way ahead is a direct route to the goblins' forces. There is another way that may catch them unawares, but it leads to territory we have not secured. I understand that Meepo knows of its dangers. Meepo looks up at you, his eyes wide. It is a dangerous path, he says, but yes, I know what the Lady Yusdrayl speaks of. I know the way.
What are the dangers on the path?
It leads through, and he looks horrified, the dire rat kingdom. Meepo had made reference to the dire rat kingdom before. So really the decision ahead is a direct assault head on against the goblins in one direction, or potentially a side route that may may approach them from a different, more advantageous direction, but at the risk of the kingdom of the dire rats.
We no need sneak. We can face head on. We brave.
I'm not so sure I agree with that. But it is as you wish. I am merely a humble combatant. At your side, of course.
We have had some unfortunate incidents with dire rats of late. Perhaps that is what Hero is worried about.
Better the rats than the goblins, Meepo says.
Probably
Though, but if you die, then I die.
What do you think, Hero?
Well, we no need sneak, but we could look into rats. We fight with honor.
I don't
listen to
care
you.
which way you go, Yusdrayl says. But you will decide. Now.
Rat way, do you think? It seems that's the way that Meepo wants to go, isn't it?
For Meepo.
Yes, the wise surface dwellers. Meepo will show you the way.
Lead on.
Yes, and he will skitter away. And he can lead you in that direction. Let me just have a look which way we could go. Right. It's a long way. Follow me. Meepo will go off this way. Do you need me to move people? Are we good? Yeah.
With her.
He'll return back to the room where you met him, where you fought the rats. And then leads you to this door here. This is the way now. This is the path. Behind where you rest.
We go.
Let's
Hero
go.
reaches for the door.
You open the door to discover a corridor, empty and without anything of note within, but it leads around a sharp corner.
Path moves. Backing you all in.
If you want to retake Meepo, yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I've got Meepo.
Yep, so the sharp corner loops around again, and then there's another door at the end of the corridor.
Hero seeing that everyone has stayed behind. It's just like, oh.
We've not stayed behind. Where were they?
It took them a while to catch up.
Yep, you loop round the corridor. There is the single door waiting for you.
I open the door.
It is not locked. It opens freely, and inside, empty and lightless, this lonely chamber is home to crumbling flagstone and nameless stains. Please roll a knowledge nature or survival check.
Survival.
I suspect
14.
Perfect. Any advance on 14?
10.
Tear, you're too busy considering your spells or what you'll do next. Hero, you have an apt nose for this situation. Nose being the optimum word for you find the unmistakable sign of rat droppings in amidst the crumbled flagstone.
Rats.
Rats. Rats indeed.
I will prepare my magic girl transformation with mage armor and light of in here.
Very good. Anything else?
Stars burst out.
Very good, very
Hero
good.
Sword and shield.
Sword and shield, very good.
As of course do Aphelion. He has the matching outfit as well.
Of course.
Yes.
The door ahead beckons.
I step in. I take another step.
Nothing happens.
What about the next step?
Nothing happens.
I get to the door.
You get to the door.
Jedi!
Open the door.
Wait.
I don't do anything.
Okay. Yeah, you can open the door.
Yeah.
You open the door, and before you, you see quite a sight. Dust and odd bits of stony debris and rubble lie scattered on the floor. An ornate fountain is built into the eastern wall. Though cracked, stained, and dry, the fountain's carving of a diving dragon retains its beauty. A relief-carved stone door stands on the western wall. Is that western? That's north. Oh no, it is western. You just haven't entered the room. I was looking at the wrong one. There is also, like, obviously you can see a narrow passageway that continues up, but yeah, the western wall there is a door.
I will step through. Shield like this.
You step through. Right. So, what did you get for your survival nature thing? 15?
15.
You note that these droppings are less than a day old. More droppings cake the size of the fountain.
That's not cake, that's shit!
Is it cake? No, it is not. Definitely not cake. Perhaps a form of
Hero
cake.
picks it up and goes. Fresh.
After all, is the stomach not nature's oven?
Oh, no.
What do you do?
Meepo comes through. Well, we don't want to leave our flank open, do we? So let's... Ah! I made a mistake.
Uh-oh.
You see, looking in there, well, I'll tell you what you see.
I'll tell you what you see.
You discover, 5 dusty sarcophagi standing end to end in this silent chamber. 3 stand on the north wall, and 2 stand on the south. The carved stone sarcophagi each resemble a noble elf-like humanoid in ceremonial robes. There is a shrine carved of obsidian, and it's set in the centre of the west wall, on which a single candle yet burns.
Hero remembers from last time there were skeletons. His hammer did very well, so he's going to just sword away.
Sarcophagi.
Oh. So I can...
We may be able to see the skeletons.
There are things that look reminiscent of skeletons, certainly. They are sarcophagi.
Okay. Can I detect magic
Yeah.
in the room?
You cast detect magic, and you certainly do detect magic. Quite a large amount of magic, actually. You can do a spellcraft check to determine what kind it is.
I'd love to.
DC 12.
If only I could roll high enough.
Fingers crossed.
13!
It is just enough for you to know that there is powerful necromantic magic at work in this room. Though it lies dormant. It lies dormant.
It lies dormant. And it's just necromantic magic. It's not anything.
Necromantic magic, it's just that's the aura that you pick up. There isn't a specific spell as such, just the school of the magic is what you sense.
What do you think? Pretty sure those skeletons are going to attack us if we go in there.
Well, I'm guessing we can't... It looks like sarcophagi, but we don't actually see the skeletons.
You don't see skeletons. There are sarcophagus in there. They look like skeletons because that's what's been used to represent the sarcophagi.
Well, in that case...
You do not see skeletons, thus your characters do not sense skeletons. You sense necromantic power coming from the room.
Well, in that case, let's go in.
Let's see what he
Doesn't
will...
make any difference, is it? We're going to go in regardless of if there was something in there or not. So,
Hero, as you step in, I would like you please to make a... You're not. I am. I have to make an attack against your flat-footed armor class, unless you have uncanny dodge of any kind.
I do not.
Nope. You might be okay, to be fair. You might be okay.
16, I did.
The trap fumbles. Or
Useful.
does it? Or does it? It doesn't. It misses. What is it like, Hero, as suddenly a scythe comes swinging out of the darkness above in an attempt to ×4 crit you to death via decapitation?
I mean, Hero's been going through this bit with his sword and shield out, so it just that last moment, like Hero's reflexes just bring that shield up as, yeah, that warrior instinct just kicks in at the last instant.
Very
Kind of
good.
a righteous thing.
Very good. You evade the danger and do not incur the wrath of anything else.
Just to say, the Raven Rolls has redeemed a 1d4 boon to Obsidian.
Raven Roll, it's been a little while. Thanks for dropping by. And for Obsidian. Well, sadly, Obsidian isn't joining us today, Raven Rolls. I've set up a separate one because we're doing a different game today. So we'll just say that counts as the player option. So we can give inspiration to. Let's roll. 1 and a 2 on a d4. It's given to Mike. 3 and a 4. It's given to Dom. Mike, you can roll it for me, please.
Okay.
1 and a 2, it's you. 3 and a 4, it's Dom.
It's Dom.
Dom, you have a d4 inspiration to use on any roll up until the end of the session. Thank you ever so much. Raven Rolls. I know you don't know the players, Raven Rolls. Don't worry, we appreciate it anyway. We'll gladly accept the inspiration. I ask, what do you guys wish to do now that you've triggered that trap? Just trying to get you a bit more centre. There you go.
I will turn to Tyr and be careful. Like pointing at this thing. Be careful.
Yeah. Quite right, too.
Very good. This doesn't appear like the trap doesn't appear to have reset, so it doesn't look like it's a threat anymore. But there we are.
I'm just going to move a bit further into the room, just like looking around. I'll do a search check.
Yeah, you can
for
do a
what it's
search
worth.
check. Absolutely.
-2. I am so fixated in my mind, I go completely blank. I'm just going, huh? I completely forget what I'm doing. I'm like, wait a minute.
All you see
Why am I in
really, you just see this the sarcophagi, and you see the shrine that's carved with obsidian and a candle's burning upon it.
Tyr, you just see Hero stand still for a moment and just kind of glaze over. Just like...
While that happens, I will also have a little search.
Yeah.
13.
Oh, you do find something. So, I have to go to the treasure section of the module. Wow. I'm just gonna say that you do have anything. There is a small box, and within it there is a note and a whistle that is carved from a rare gleaming metal, and it's of the same kind of metal that you discovered earlier, that ore.
Oh, yeah.
This whistle resembles a small dragon curled up like a snail. So it's curled around like that, as it were, in a spiral. The name Azangund is etched on the whistle in draconic runes. Do you have any magic active at the moment? You did detect magic, didn't you?
Yes, I did actually. Yeah.
As that's still on, then it reveals this. A detect magic spell reveals a faint necromantic aura. So necromancy is coming from this whistle, and when the whistle is blown over a grave in darkness or at night, one corpse below animates as per Animate Dead, cast at 5th level, and claws its way out.
Well, that would be useful for Obsidian.
The zombie serves the whistler faithfully until it is destroyed. A bearer can use the whistle once per week. However, the whistler can acquire no more than 2 zombie followers at any one time using Azangund. It also comes with a note. Can you give me a knowledge arcana check, please? DC 15.
Yeah. Historically, these haven't gone well, but we'll keep our fingers crossed. Yes, 19.
Tia, you just suddenly clocks and you realise Azungund, like known in the dragon but also the dwarven tongue as a source of immense evil. While this might be a useful item, it is inherently evil. Good aligned characters risk an alignment change if they are to use this item regularly, as revealed by a successful Knowledge Arcana check DC 15. You remember a story of ancient dark dwarves, the Dweagar, made several such whistles for various groups in the eras past. It is worth 3,000 gold pieces, and is technically a wondrous item.
Whoa.
You now jog your brain with the successful check as well to learn that it is made of Nephelium, an immensely powerful magical metal. So you not only have a whistle made of this, but you also have ore of Nephelium. And that can be cast into a weapon or item of your choosing, if you meet the right person to do so.
Wow.
That's the spelling of Nephelium in the chat. But that's all you find, bar what is in the sarcophagi, which of course yielded treasure the last time you searched one, but it's entirely up to you.
I mean, I didn't cast Detect Evil on that whistle, so I'm just looking at it going, where's the whistle?
I mean, it seems silly to not try it out, right? It has to be in the dark.
Oh yeah, it does say that in the
So
dark.
I'd have to cover the lamp.
Yeah, it's a single candle that flickers in this room.
Okay, well, we can probably find that out,
You can blow it out, yeah.
right? Yeah, screw it, we only live once, don't we? Unless somebody resurrects us or, co-ops our corpse into serving their cause. And it's only if I use it regularly that I risk an alignment change.
Yeah, good aligned characters risk an alignment change if they use it regularly. It's a risk. Yes.
I still don't know what you're about to do here, so I will keep shut.
You gotta try it, haven't you? Tia will blow the candle out and blow on the whistle.
Silky black and grey smoke rises up in rhythms as you blow out the candle and darkness falls upon the room. If there's no other light source, then you are effectively in almost complete darkness, bar the light that comes from the door. Tia, you would still have dim light vision from the door, so I'm going to say that your vision isn't massively impeded, but enough to be dreadfully atmospheric. You blow the whistle, do you say? You just blew out the lights at the moment, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll play the whistle.
There's like a ghostly kind of noise comes from Azungund, Nightcaller, as it is known. And with a night call, 2 creatures will answer. Now, this says 2 zombie followers rise at any time. There aren't zombies available. But I feel it remiss to say that it doesn't work in a room when you're surrounded by undead, as 2, yes, skeletons emerge from the sarcophagi and stand there. Doom, doom. Now at your eternal service, Tia. They will serve you until they are destroyed.
That's pretty cool.
Hero, now knowing what's happened, will pull out his sword. And he'll turn to say, "We cannot allow evil. It must be smited."
What could be more good than allowing evil to destroy evil, Hero?
Allowing good to destroy evil.
Okay, we've got ourselves a lawful stupid character. Good.
Yep. I cannot permit this. This. Not good.
Meepo begins eyeing one of the sarcophaguses.
Send them away, or I will do so. Can't get words.
I don't know how to send them away here. I think the best way to ensure that they're destroyed is to allow the goblins or rats to attempt to destroy them.
We are better than this.
Better than what, Hero?
Than evil.
Well, look, if you don't want to use all of the resources available to you to overcome treachery, sneaky goblins, and rats jumping out at us from every angle, then I don't know what to tell you.
We fight
I'm
them
not
as
saying
we
we
have
use it a
been.
lot. I'm just saying just this once.
As we
Since
are.
it's already done, the damage is done.
We can fix this.
We will fix. Sorry, go on.
As we're at an impasse, I think we should use a way of deciding the outcome. You can definitely continue to resolve it, though I'm sensing that no ground will be given for reasons. So we can decide it with a roll, if you prefer. I would rather you both be happy, because of course you want to use, you're absolutely right in saying you want to use the resources to the best of your ability, but Hero doesn't feel that falls into his code. So we are a bit of an impasse, so something's got to give. So we're going to do it with a roll, or do you wish to continue discussing it? It's entirely up to you.
I would say it's either a roll or Hero's probably going to just attack.
Okay, so would Tyr try and convince Hero with his persuasive abilities, or are you just going to let him do that? What would you do?
Well, I think I have been trying to convince him, but
Yeah.
if he's unconvincible, I'm not going to physically.
Yes. Lawful good, lawful stupid, all of that.
There's a difference between lawful good and lawful stupid, but I'm not telling you what to do. This is what Hero has decided to do, and that's your prerogative. That's the word. Meepo will go, "What's this?" and open the sarcophagus to his right. Suddenly, the three skeletons remaining in the sarcophaguses step out, or rather, their doors fly open. And I ask you, roll initiative. Tyr, the skeletons that you have summoned into battle will act on your turn, and I shall do their rolls for the time being. Okay?
12.
18.
Okay, and I'm going to do the skeletons rolls. Roll. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that is... Then it was... Tyr... Meepo, Damn it! I no longer have that on my copy and paste. So I will change that now before I forget. And then Meepo will roll his initiative, which he's got a +1. Of course. Here we got 12. Meepo 6. Cool. The skeletons of you against you act first. First one is just going to do a 5-foot step and is going to immediately try and claw at you, hero.
Mm-hmm.
4. Uh, 21 to hit.
Easily.
19 on the die. So that is 3 points of slashing damage as it rakes its terrible claws across you. Let me actually, before we go make any mistakes, I'm going to put a dot on the ones that are yours. Tier. There you go. That was number 1. Number 2, I'm afraid, is going to swipe at Meepo. But Meepo darts out of the way. And this one is going to take a free 5-foot step to flank Hero. So we'll get a further +2 to his attack, making his total +4. 15 to hit.
Dunk.
You're flat-footed, because you've not acted yet.
It's still 16.
Oh, it's still 16, perfect, cool. That is a miss.
Dex isn't that high.
That is, in that case then, the enemy skeleton's turns. Tia, it is your turn.
Yeah, I'll command the skeletons to attack one of the ones that's attacking Hero. So this one.
Very good, yeah. Sorry, you're attacking that one, are you?
Well, I'll get the my skeletons too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no worries then. Let's do that then. That's a miss, unfortunately. Do you want the other one to do the same?
Yeah.
Focus fire, very good. Is a hit.
Ooh.
Please roll me a d4, Dom.
Three.
Very good. It doesn't do very much, it seems, to the other skeleton, resistant as they are to such attacks, but regardless, it is something. That is their turn.
I and Tyr will cast Disrupt Undead on the same one.
Same one, focusing fire on skeleton 1. Cool.
Yeah. So it's just a 19.
Oh, that is a hit, smashing into the skeleton there.
1 point of damage.
Okay, yep, so your Disrupt spell sends forth like an arrow of positive energy, and it clacks the skeleton across the shoulder. That is your turn then, and that is the skeleton's turn. Hero, it's your turn.
Hero will switch his weapons over. As he remembers Smashy was good.
Yep.
And he will attempt to thwack the one in front of him.
Very good. Number 1, receiving all the punishment. Roll it up.
22.
Is a hit.
Hurrah. Just 10 points of damage.
Your hammer bypasses the resistance entirely, smashing the skeleton to bits. What is it like as you destroy it?
Yeah, I mean, Hero just goes for the rib cage and just like brings the hammer right through, severing its spine and just letting it just crumble into just rib and vertebrae.
It smashes to pieces. Good job. That was a move and attack. There we are. Meepo will give a yell. Meepo is going to fight. Meepo is going to try and strike that thing. He's going to try and use the butt of his spear. But he won't receive any attack bonus in doing so. No. He swings the bludgeoning butt end of the spear at the skeleton, but it does nothing. He will take a free 5-foot step. No, he's already attacked. No, that's his turn. He'll remain where he is. We're back to the top of the round. And it is the remaining skeleton's turn. I'll just push that one back into the sarcophagus there. There we are. 2 is going to go here. I guess it makes sense for him to continue his campaign against Meepo. Possibly a fumble against Meepo, hero of kobolds. That is a fumble. Please roll me a D100 as the skeleton fumbles in front of Meepo. Dom, do you want to roll it for me?
Yeah, why not?
D100, please.
82.
Oh, okay. Hit friend in threatened area. Otherwise, hit self. Half damage. That's rubbish. Well, it is what it is. Let's see. One point of damage to itself.
Worth it, I'm sure.
It scratches its own pelvis or something. That was it, and this one is going to it can't go for anyone else. It has to go for Hero, who stands resolute in his way, resolute in his code, and resolute in his battle stance. He brings his claws against your back for 19 on the attack. Goodness.
That's a hit.
That is a hit. And slashing claws for 2 points of damage. Gracious. That is their turn. Tyr, it's your turn. And your Skelebobs.
Yes, well, let's move one of the Skelebobs to flank with Meepo.
It does. It advances. Crunch, crack, crunch forward.
And then attack if it can.
It certainly can. Yes, it will make an attack. The attack is unsuccessful.
Is that with the flanking bonus?
Oh, sorry. Then that would be a
Still may not be.
a further +2, so that would be 12, 13, 14 to hit the skeletons. Is a hit. Is a hit. Fantastic. Thank you for reminding me. That is. Scraping. Yeah. Still, every little helps when you're this level. That's that one. What do you want the other one to do?
That one can help out Hero. I want to prove their worth to him.
So it's going to strike down at the one that's next to him. Okay. Let's roll its attack. Again.
Ooh, text
Hello.
Oh, I've dragged that by accident. That was the symbol to show the trap. That's gone now. What attack was that? 13. That is a miss, sadly. Its armor class is 13. That was the skeletons. What do you do on your turn, Tia?
I will cast another Disrupt and Dead.
Okay. The one that's flanked, or the other one?
Yes, because I suspect that Hero could probably
Yep.
fairly easily. 16 on its touch.
Yeah, an easy strike with your disrupting power.
Disruption. Another 1 damage.
It's death by 1,000 attacks. It seems it continues on, relentless, but its arm falls off. Ka-tunk. That was Tyr's turn, and Tyr's skullmate's Hero.
Hero will go for the one that's threatening Meepo to defend his new ally. 16.
16 is a hit. The one to the south that you strike at.
No, to the
one
the north. The one threatening Meepo.
Okay. That is
For
a hit.
7
Yep.
points of damage.
Oh my goodness. That one is smashed to pieces, finished at last. What is it like, Hero, as you disband its bones?
Oh, this is just the skull getting launched off like a game of baseball around. It's just boom,
Dry,
crashing
hollow.
it against the wall.
Yeah, dry, hollow echoes. One remains. And it's Meepo's turn. Meepo will drop his spear as a free action. As his movement, he will pull forth he could pull forth the crossbow, because it's free to drop. His movement is to draw the crossbow, and he attacks and fires. So yes, he will fire his crossbow from the hip at the skeleton. If he misses, it could hit Hero. What was his bonus to attack? Okay. A hit! Two points of damage. Tink! But of course it's piercing, so that's halved. The crossbow bolt bolts and it bounces dangerously around the room. Ting, ting, ting. And Meepo goes, ah. Back to the top of the round. The final skeleton has nothing to do but grind at half-orc flesh. Which sounds more erotic than I meant. That is a miss as it swipes at you. Tyr and the Skeletons, which is a great band name. What do you do now?
It is.
Let's surround the skeleton with the
Yeah.
friendly skeletons that just go all in, wailing on it.
Yeah, absolutely. They converge. They will make their attacks. For a miss. And a hit.
Yes.
1 point of damage.
90 points.
Very
We'll
good.
get there eventually, skeletons.
And that's your turn, Tia.
Yeah, I'll fire a crossbow bolt.
Shoom.
So, spells. 19.
That's a hit. Rolling up.
5.
So that's 2 points of damage. Piercing. Ding! Catches it right in the eye socket. Very good. That was Tia. Hero.
Spin around and let's hit this one with a warhammer, hopefully.
I was going to
Whack.
say... Oh, okay.
Oh,
I was going to say, because it's pretty much surrounded, I was just going to give you a flanking bonus, even though you're not flanking it. It's because it's attacks coming from all sides. So you can add a further +2 to your attack, which will make it 22. Whatever you still hit, that is a excellent hit. Roll your damage.
for a mighty 7.
The last skeleton is vanquished. What is it like, hero, as you dispel its undeath from the bones?
There is a quiet, just shatter as hero knocks with such force that it kind of hits the wall and then shatters against the wall.
And silence falls upon the sarcophagi room here. The two skeleton guardians stand teetering, creaking here and there, but they await your next command. Tia, you are vanquishers of the skeletons. Congratulations.
See how useful they can be, hero? I'm not saying you can't smash them, just don't smash them yet.
I mean, Hero will just go to leave and just... I hope you do right thing next time. Let's go find rats.
What do you mean next time? They were going to be raised anyway. The second Meepo opened the cupboard. He's probably weak.
Yeah, that was my bad. Apologies.
No, I think it worked out.
Yes, I thought so too. You know, Master Saldarian, if it doesn't work out with the half-orc, I could always be your travelling companion.
Can have more than one travelling companion.
Ah, that's maybe where I went wrong last time. You head back out into the corridor, and as you do so, I've moved Meepo. Oops, I meant to move the skeletons. As you do so, I'm going to award you them. I'll do that in a bit. Can you all make a listen check, please? And Meepo will do one too.
22.
12 for Meepo.
0.
He's too angry.
He is a bit. He's annoyed, yeah.
Perhaps it is your annoyance, hero, that just causes you to really have no sort of no regard for your surroundings at this time, because you stand out into this corridor and all of a sudden it almost looks like it's darker down the corridor beyond than when you first looked down there. But only Tia hears that sound, that terrible sound that you have now become so intimately familiar with. and you hear the scurrying of dozens of
Can I send the skeletons up
rat
front and
feet
front?
towards you. The skeletons march forward and brace as vermin, a tide of vermin, is upon you. And that is where we will leave this chapter of the Sunless Citadel tonight. As we run into tensions with what is right and what is tactics. There we go. So we're back to our little drop page there, and we're going to do what we always do at the end of a session of Roll the Bones. In this case, Let's Dig Up. We're going to ask the players their thoughts and feelings at the end of the game. I believe I shall ask Michael. I can't remember who I asked first, so I'll ask Michael. What are your thoughts and feelings at the end of this session of the Sunless Citadel?
Well, I mean, Hero was pushed against his back against the wall against that dragon priest heretic. But glad that
Ryder can hear the rats, that's why.
okay. Yes, glad they got out of that pickle. But yeah, curious about what's coming up. But I think Hero's main thing is these past few days, his code of conduct as a paladin. I mean, he's had to assist questionable kobolds, and now one, as his ally, has just started summoning undead. So everything that Hero stands for and everything that the paladin stands for is now starting to be turned on its head. He's starting to think, what now is the right thing? But we shall see.
Very good. And Dom, any thoughts or feelings at the end of the session?
Yeah, I think it's probably the difference between Hero and Tyr that being shown in sort of stark contrast there, because Tyr's sort of he's not necessarily more intelligent or wise, I don't think, than Hero, but he's just much more willing to use whatever he can to, I don't know, survive, I suppose. That's his main worry, is how close to death they've become, and they might as well make full use of any magical artifacts they have while they can down here. Not that he would necessarily make a regular thing of it, but, you know, when they're in dire straits, it seems foolish to throw away something that would be useful.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely. He is a bit concerned about sort of allying with the kobolds in general, and he doesn't necessarily like the idea of summoning skeletons because he's already done it. It's too late now. And actually, the fact that they then all rose up and attacked kind of justifies it in his head, I guess.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it was going to happen anyway. So yeah, but enjoyed running around fighting weird stuff and creepy, very creepy this session, I think.
Yes.
Less rats and kobolds and more
a transformed heretic into a desiccated troll, which is made beatable, I will add, by the fact that it isn't at maximum HP when you fight it. I'll let you know now. It could have a potential maximum HP in the 60s, but this started with 42 HP.
well,
yeah.
Well done for killing it by just
Crazy.
ramming it against spikes.
Crazy. I was wondering. I thought this could very well be it, really, because that thing has the potential of smashing. But as soon as it fell in there, you had it, and it was great. What an epic fight! I thought. Grim as well, just beautifully
Very grim. Yeah.
And it's really great. It's a really great thing to have the roles being shown publicly, because. Not that I'm saying I would have faked it, but it's just like unlikely. Do you know what I mean? It's unlikely that you would continually beat it in a direct, because it had a better modifier.
Yeah, it
than
just
you.
takes
But
any doubt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It just showed how much better you were rolling than it, which I like. That's really cool. It almost feels on brand for Roll the Bones. That the bones were the start of that particular battle. Almost.
They were indeed.
Lots of bones today. Yeah, no, I'm glad with how it's gone. Again, I thank you for your patience whilst I try and grab some of the stuff from the module. For the most part, I've been able to navigate it fine. There are bits like details about whether Jot the Quasit was carrying, things like that can trip you up, I find, because you've got to quickly get to it. I think it'd be easier if I had like the hard copy in front of me, you know. So that's probably a lesson, because I'm scrolling through. Yeah, exactly. I could put like bookmarks in it and stuff. So it's not really a fault of the module, more a fault of the system, the setup that I have. Maybe something I have to look into. Redium, our faithful Redium says, love the dynamic of the party and them scraping by in a lot of the fights. Absolutely.
Scraping by is the word.
Yes.
It absolutely is. It's been like tooth and claw the whole way, hasn't it? Which
when I got clawed when I was grappling the
yeah, and he got you, didn't he, whilst you were in the
got
spikes?
me one.
Yeah.
He knocked me to 3 hit points.
Whoa!
Considering I started the session on 33 hit points.
Yeah. Wow.
And I was like getting hit by a trap on a critical, falling into a pit, getting hit by another claw, getting some friendly fire, unfortunately, and then another claw. Yeah.
And the thing is, again, it's not like it's all just been thrown at you either. The plan is that the Quasit goes invisible. Once per day he can go invisible and use that to then go bam and strike wherever he needs to. And he's seen at the start, there's a spellcaster over there. I'll fly over and nab him. But the Bones said different. The Bones said, no, you're going to fumble and allow the elf to escape and you to be murdered by Meepo. My proposition was going to be, I forgot to say at the start of the session, I was going to say, if Meepo survives to a level up, so to your next level up, I'm going to suggest we maybe give him a level in a class.
Ooh, yeah.
Maybe a rogue.
Yeah, well, maybe. But I thought it might be a cool idea. For those of you who watch to the end, will obviously learn of this. So, if you would like to help us decide what class Meepo is, please leave it in the YouTube comments, not on Twitch. Wait till it's out tomorrow, because we do want to have more discussions in our comments. So, if you would like to suggest a class that Meepo could be, we would love to hear that on the YouTube comments of this episode of Let's Dig 'Em Up. Because I think Meepo deserves it. I really like the character.
Meepo the Barbarian.
I made it so he was attacked. So like, there's a chance he could die. He's only a normal kobold right now, so he's got until a level up before he's not a normal kobold. Yeah, so anyway, would love to hear that in the YouTube comments if you get around to checking it out there, dear viewers. And also, please let us know if you would have done anything different in the campaign as a player. Would you have emphasised something else as a dungeon master using this material? Would love to know. That, I think, is a really good place for us to wrap it up, and we've got to do XP still, so...
Yes.
Those of you watching, give us a like, give us a subscribe if you enjoyed this. Follow us on Twitch. Hit that bloody bell so you know when the bones are going to roll. And as we say, each time we conclude a session, bone them rolls.
Bone them rolls.
Hit, that's bloody. Entry
That's
sing
fair.
again. I did it again.